click that button. Gotta click that goddamn button. Oh, I didn't click the goddamn go live button. I didn't click the goddamn go live button.
But
Welcome.
then you did, and here we are.
Welcome to the show. Welcome. This is it. This is the content you're gonna get because you guys paid for it.
Yes.
Forget those Patreons, those pots, pieces of trash. Forget those guys. This is it. This is for you.
It's you and us, baby.
This is for you. Now, why were we so late coming back? Let me tell you. First of all, I lost a cufflink. I didn't. It was
still in the
there.
shirt, yeah.
Secondly, I couldn't do the bow tie. It's not, and thirdly, there were technical issues. As well, we sat there going, but can you hear us? Turns out you've got on YouTube, they don't explain this. You have to hit the go live button. You have to hit the go live button.
But now we know.
Welcome. You're so welcome. Would you like a drink? Let's get the test results. Did Fruit Shoots give us COVID? No, they didn't.
Did they?
It still turned out clear. So that's a made-up story from LBC. That's where we got that from. That is a made-up story, and they are scum. James has called in, so we're going to call James back. That's what we do here. The only phone-in show on YouTube. This tie could still be a little bit tighter, but I do look a bit like Clooney. Hello, James. Welcome.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
You're the first caller behind the paywall. And I actually, this is an important point. I need to stress this for legal reasons. The callers don't get any of the money. They don't get any of the
but what they do get,
few £100s we're making a week.
Yeah, what they do get is enough respect.
You get enough respect.
What I can't find is the show, though. Where do I get the link? Sorry, just to warn you, I have tested positive for COVID, so I feel like utter crap at the moment.
Right,
so
okay.
I'm a bit
Could
squeaky.
you just stand a little bit further back, just for a second?
Okay.
That'd be
Are you a
beautiful.
patron?
Yeah, I'm a patron.
Right. Then if you go into the post, you will have been sent a message, right? If you go, because we had to find the link as well, because I didn't have the link, if I'm completely honest. So let's walk you through it. If you go to posts, previous posts, and scroll down, it is 1, 2. I think it's the third post down.
It's called The First Freedom Show.
And it's the I&K logo.
Ooh.
And if you go in there,
I saw it in my inbox. Thank you so
gee,
much.
he's seen it already. If you go down there...
He's not well.
Okay.
He's not well.
He's got a fever. Third paragraph down, there's the link. You click on that. You click on that link.
Hooray.
And you come and watch this beautiful, beautiful show. You're missing the great visual gag that we've spent 20 minutes doing.
Oh, God, sorry. Here you are. Okay. Oh, mute. There you go. I'm aware that this call was very much just for my benefit, and I usually
listen,
like to help
I
them,
reckon you're probably not the only one, but maybe you're the only one who was brave enough to admit it.
But the others won't know that this has happened.
This is also true.
Yeah.
And your comments on the outfits?
Oh, you look fantastic. Wait.
Thank you very much indeed. I
Too
mean,
late. I don't believe it.
Unbelievable.
You've got to ask. There's no point, is there?
So this is it. This is the new regime. This is the Patreon show. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. Imagine that. So what we're going to do, first of all, we've got to find our way around what the rules are within YouTube, because they're slightly different. And we're going to flip between doing the free bit on Twitch and YouTube. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of that. I've already said tomorrow we're going to be doing a gaming stream on Twitch, and that will be free to watch. I, under this desk, have got a little tiny desk, and I've already got my GameCube on there, the Dreamcast and the Sega Saturn and the N64 are going to go on there. I'm going to do some free to watch retro streams on Twitch. But we just need to find out what the rules are on YouTube. We've already got our first copyright strike. 3 of those, the channel is dead.
Okay.
Dead in the goddamn water.
So let's not do that again.
I've had to write. Well, what we did was show a clip of the bloody Grammys, and then they raised a copyright thing, and I wrote back saying it's fair use, and then they did a copyright strike. Now, there are 2 ways out of a copyright strike. There's 3 ways. 1, you sit it out, last 3 months, 90 days. 2, you open up like a little legal thing, legal with a very small L, challenging it. You challenge it, and you have to fill in a form, you have to sign a thing, and you challenge it. Now, the thing about challenges is, whenever I've done a challenge, it's been ignored. If it's a big company, it kind of just disappears into the ether. If it's a small company, they're just trying to, if it's a dick, they're just trying to prove a point.
Right.
And so it just and they've got 30 days to respond, and if they don't respond, the copyright gets lifted. The third option is the one I did, and I wrote them a begging email saying, I'm really sorry, guys. I thought we were fair dealing it. We were. But I've learned a lot from this experience. I really appreciate it. If you could, I've got mental health issues. If you could revoke that.
We won't do it again. Very sorry.
Pete says, I licked the GameCube before I sent it back. Well, I spaffed on it before I sent it to you, so you've licked my spaff.
Oh, God.
02032.
By the way, welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And the evening shows are going to be a little bit bluer than the daytime shows. We've got a poll, actually, on Patreon. Thought we'd do a poll about when you prefer the show.
Yeah, because it's, more about you now, because if you're not here, we don't get anyone to talk to.
So we've got mornings, evenings, a mixture, or not bothered, right? 10% said mornings. 36. You've got a week to vote on this. If you're a patron, you'll have the link. 36% said evenings. 43% said a mixture. Yeah. I was surprised by that. I thought most would go for evenings, which are kind of buggers up.
Not bothered.
Not bothered. So, it would be good if we could incorporate another 2 evenings into the week. Not at the moment, because we know things are tricky because you've got kittens. But it's that's the plan. Can I just say, by the way, look at this.
Oh, look.
Oh, it worked. We got new patrons when we went behind the paywall. Marvin, thank you. David, thank you.
Christine and Clarabelle.
Clarabelle. Would you say Claire? I'd say Clarabelle.
Clarabelle's Place.
She's a great streamer. Alex, Wendy, and Linda, thank you.
And welcome.
You signed up because we went behind a paywall. It works. Although, boy, oh boy, don't Patreon take a big old chunk. That was a surprise.
It turns out.
That was a surprise. I had to send some things back to Amazon as a direct result. 0203 286 6370. Did you see Joe Lycett?
No.
On Steph's show?
No, but I've seen people suggesting that he walked off. Was it a real walk off, or
I'll show you.
Was it a showbiz?
I'll show you.
Moment.
I'll show you. It's brilliant. He did walk off Steph's packed lunch. I think this is it. All right, so I'm going to pause this. So he was on talking about white plastic. Right. And how it's really environmentally bad to use white plastic. I don't think it can be recycled very easily, if at all. So he was on Steph's Packed Lunch, and I like Joe Lycett. He follows me. I don't know why. I walked past him once near News Court, and I didn't say hello to him. But
and he's been following you ever since. Oh, or do you mean online? Online.
And so he was on to talk about this white plastic and how it's bad for the environment, okay?
She was on a makeover program. She won it, I believe.
Is this coming through? This is coming through. Oh, this is taped off of someone's TV with their phone taped. Jesus.
Things like that. So, and you're well into this, aren't you, Joe? Because you've pimped up your garden and made it look more Love Island.
Yeah, I don't have a fire pit, so I just got a candle.
It's not even a big candle.
This is great.
What do you think, Siobhan? What would you do?
I think you could do with a bit more colour in there. You've
got a white plastic bottle.
Chair, haven't you? But I think I could come round and do paint that table or a bit of festoon lights in the background on that wall, maybe.
Isn't that one of the bottles you said you'd stop using in the picture? Isn't it?
I didn't realise I was on Newsnight, Steph.
Alright, Joe. Anyway, thanks, Siobhan. Still to come, with loads of hay fever sufferers complaining their symptoms are worse than ever, we'll give you our guide to beating those runny noses and sore eyes. And Joe Lycett is sticking around. He'll be telling us what he thinks about the idea of hitting the gym when you've missed out on a good night's sleep. See you after the break.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant. And that was
Have you ever seen his consumer show?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, this is it. So this was trending yesterday like crazy, and then it became a medium-sized news story. And then today he releases a press statement, and it's wonderful. Some of you might have seen or read that I had a tantrum on Steph's Packed Lunch yesterday and stormed off the show. This is absolutely true. What you might not know is I planned the whole thing. Then he talks about the plastic bottles and how they're really, really hard to recycle. Then says, I explained this on Thursday's show, but later a picture with a bottle with the white plastic appeared on screen. Steph pointed out my apparent hypocrisy, and I kicked off. By kicked off, I mean I took my mic off and left the studio. All of it was planned, all of it rehearsed. Today I seeded pictures of me drinking from one of those bottles which Greg James agreed to retweet. The tabloids loved it. Mummies all over the press. And then he goes on to say, got the attention that I needed. Ladies and gentlemen, as I tweeted earlier, we have a new Andy Kaufman, and this one has a conscience. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That's marvellous, isn't it?
Yeah, he's great.
As someone who has, have I walked off a TV show on camera? I mean, I walked off of Matthew Wright, but I did it. I made sure I didn't do it on camera. I did it in the break. I gave him a chance to apologise, and I also thought, I'm not giving you that shot, so you can show it on your best of compilation. I'm going to do that privately. So I don't think I've walked off. I have done stunts on the show. It then reminded me of the fun that we had with Scott, to a certain extent, Scott Balcony, where we would just wind up the press after the jungle.
They would write
anything. Say any old crap.
They didn't care whether it was true.
Of course
or
they
not.
didn't. You know, the well, which actually was true,
Obviously,
the owl,
yeah.
which wasn't true, but actually it was true. Loads of stuff. And then do you remember we had 2 journalists phone up the show pretending to be concerned about my drugs and my divorce.
Yeah. It was kind of, oh, hi. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to ask you how the recovery's going, Ian.
Isn't that, it was just awful. But I loved winding up the press like that. I'm kind of glad that attention is gone, but I kind of miss it a bit. Pete says, lovely guy, Joe. Compared a competition I was in once. Years later, I went to a recording of his radio show. He remembered me, not by name, and came over for a chat and was lovely. Nice guy. Funny guy.
Yeah, really good.
Nice guy, funny guy.
Did you see the bit on his show, I think it was last year, when he changed his name to Hugo Boss?
Yes, I
by
did.
Deepol?
Yes, I did.
Just genius. Just
Yes,
brilliant.
I did.
Brilliant, brilliant.
0203 286 6370. Gregorian is in the house. Richard Gregorian, sir.
That gets her.
Thank you very much indeed. 0203. Why is this water bottle so noisy? Listen to this. At college, someone would be talking about, well, you know, they'd be saying something horrific, and I'd just go. Sorry.
Oh, you're that guy.
Carry on. Sorry. I walked out of college yesterday.
You had enough.
I've been feeling quite ill recently. I think it's vertigo. I'm okay now. I wasn't great earlier. It's kind of like vertigo, but people think vertigo is a fear of heights. It's not. It's when you kind of move your head feeling dizzy or headachy or nauseous. And if you watched the World of Tanks stream the other day, you would have seen I was getting iller and iller as it went on. It's the weirdest thing. And I very nearly threw up, and I didn't. But it was so nice not having to press the advert button. Jeez. And I nearly threw up and I didn't. I think you can give... I think super chats are on. I'm not asking you to do this. I'm experimenting with slightly different settings. So first of all, if you click the cogwheel, you should be able to get us in 1080p 60 FPS. You should be able to.
Go on, treat yourself.
I think it will work on this setting. I think super chat is on, which means you can chuck us a few quid. But I'm not asking you to do that because I know that you're Patreons. I'm just playing around with a few settings. So do. And there's also the same donate thing works as before. But again, I'm just playing around with settings. I'm not expecting any of our Patreons to give any more. You've given. That's for the dickheads who haven't paid. Tightwads.
Why are the dickheads in my direction?
You're fans.
Interesting.
So I've been feeling very ill. Right, and I didn't get much sleep the night before because I'd been to see my youngest son's school production, and it was great. And because I got back late, and I got to college, and I wasn't feeling very well. And then we got our second essays back, ladies and gentlemen. Our second essays. First essay, 70%. Passes 50%. First essay, 70%. And I was convinced the second essay was better. I was predicting a 74. It's about writing about grief and existentialism, Gestalt, and a bit of Carl Rogers' person-centered theory. And it came back, and I got 42%. And I was devastated. I felt humiliated. I felt shamed. I'm sat in the corner. Super Chat has gone. Okay, I might have turned Super Chat off for this stream then. Thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you very much. I was full of shame. It reminded me of being crap at school. I was taken back to being 15 and getting bad GCSEs and all of that. Super Chat is off for this. Okay, thank you. I'm going to experiment with it, but on different live streams. So thank you. And I was just sat there devastated, like, oh shit. And I said, shit, this is shit. You'll check in. I went, this is shit. And I was just sat there and I was like, oh my, I felt awful. And then the class started and we all sat around the edge of the thing and it was about body image and issues. And some people talked and then the teacher said, Iain, what expectations are on you as a man? And I hate being asked the man questions because I'm the only man there. I hate being the man. And I just went, I'm really sorry. I can't answer that question. What does it say? I said, I can't play this now. I can't play now because I'm not here. I'm not present.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in that. Stuck in the shame and stuck in that. She went, oh, do you want to go out for a walk? I said, no. And she said, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to bring yourself in the room because it's having an impact on everyone else? And I just closed my eyes and time slowed down. I took a deep breath and I went, yeah, I'm going to go home. And I felt awful, right? I felt awful because I'd been there for 45 minutes. It's a 2.5-hour drive there. And my bag was full of stuff and I couldn't get my stuff in my bag. And so I was 15 again and I couldn't get my stuff in my bag. And I said, I can't get my stuff in my bag. And I said, I didn't want to do this now. I wanted to do it during break because I didn't want this to be a thing. But this is now becoming a thing. And I couldn't get my stuff in my bag and I kind of had it under here, carrying all this stuff. And I just didn't look at anyone. And someone said, Iain, what do you want from us? I said, no, I'm fine. And I went out and I got in my car and I cried. And then I drove home and I was driving home listening to the computer game show of all things, the David Tennant thing. Then I listened to a Beach Boys bootleg from 1993 when they were quite good. And I came home, I'll call you back in a minute, Gafford. I came home and I went to bed and I slept for 5 hours. And then I went and sat in the garden and I sulked and I felt awful. I did a Lycett. And I phoned up someone I know in recovery who is a man and is also doing a counselling course. And I've never really spoken to him about it. And we connected. Can I just check the buffering as well? I'm going to say a number. Type it in the chat. 78. 1, 2, 3. Will it be better than 10? 4 seconds. Boom. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. And I phoned up my friend and it turned out actually he was saying something about his course. And I went, oh my God, I've got that. And I said something and he said, wow, I've got exactly the same experience. We're the only men on our courses and it's a big thing. Mm-hmm. And I chatted to him and then I DM'd Annabelle Giles, who was I don't know her, but she was very, very encouraging when I was looking into this. And
she trained as a therapist.
She now works as a therapist. And I just messaged her saying, oh God, I feel awful because of this essay. And she gave me her phone number and I called her up and she was lovely. Oh, sweetie, fuck them. Fuck them, sweetie. Just fuck them. They're fucking arseholes, aren't they, sweetie? It was magic. It's just what I needed to hear. And she was so lovely. So lovely. And then I thought, right, okay. And I came back in here and I spent 4 hours sorting out the essay. And I was really lucky because I got really detailed feedback. It was an external examiner, invigilator, essay marker, I don't know. And it was really detailed. Why did you do this? This wasn't very good. You should have put, he was saying, why didn't you mention Yalom's 4 givens? All right, okay, fine. You didn't do this. You messed up the Harvard referencing at the end. All of this stuff, man. And so I spent 4 hours just going through it and beefing it up and beefing it up and beefing it up and following these things. It's now, I'm confident it's a pass. The pass is 50, I had 42. I think what I did to the introduction is probably enough to nudge it up to a pass.
Right.
So it's a pass. And when I knew, once I'd done the first third, I thought, oh, this is a pass, I could leave it now. But actually I want to do better. I think it's now quite a decent essay. But I spent the last hour of it was just fucking. But I think it's a decent essay. I think it's probably close to a 60, something like that. But I felt terrible. The shame of it. Did any of the teachers, students contact you? One of the students reached out to me in the next morning and said, I just want to check that you're okay. And that was horrible. And it must have been horrible for you and all of that. Another student got in touch because we're setting up a WhatsApp group for a project, but also said, I hope you're feeling better. And yesterday must have been tough. The teachers didn't, and that's really interesting. They're really good people. I did what I had to do. I don't think I owe anyone an apology, because I did what I had to do to protect myself, because I was not feeling in a very safe place, and I'm full of shame, and I could not have sat with it in that thing. I had to come home. I'm cool with that. And I did it in a really polite way. I didn't storm out. There was no you as I went. It was kind of very humble, and I left. So I don't think I owe anyone an apology. I don't think that the teacher handled it particularly well. She knew that I was struggling, and she made a deliberate point of asking me the question from the mail. She knew that I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And had it been me, I would have said, why don't you go and wait in that room, and I'll be in a few minutes, we'll have a chat, and then if you want to go home, go home. And there was none of that. And that's cool. That's cool. That's what I would have liked, but that isn't what was on offer, and that's absolutely fine. I don't begrudge them or resent them for it at all. They did what they thought was appropriate. But no. The teacher handled it horribly. I don't think the teacher did. The teacher handled it. She's a really good woman, and I really like her a lot. I disagree with how she handled it, but she's a really bright, clever, talented, empathic human being.
Yeah.
And I will have a conversation with her about asking me the man questions, because I don't like that. And I'm going to say, I don't like it when you do that. And I would rather I just want to be one of the students. I hate being the only bloke there. So the line about it having an effect on the room is a bit out of order. Here's the thing. You go on a counselling course, it's all of that stuff. It's all about the process.
Yeah, you have to call out the feelings in the room, right? And the impact that people's actions and behaviour is having.
James Young says 78. Thank you, James. You might want to click the live button. The line about the impact on the others was true. It was true. And there is no point in having someone who's going to, and I wasn't doing this, but who's going to huff and puff if it's going to ruin the day for everyone else. So I think she handled it. I would have preferred it to be handled another way, but she handled it the way, and I respect her, and I respect her opinion. Wow, this is mature, isn't it? But leaving was totally the right thing to do. Totally the right thing to do. But getting a 42%, if it had been the first one, okay, maybe.
Yeah, but you were pleasantly surprised with the first one.
Yeah, the second one, that was tough. Tony says, wait, we're not doing 62 anymore? Sorry, Tony, that was about an hour ago, my friend. So, by the way, smash that like button. Smash that like button. I don't know what it does, but do it. So that was my yesterday. It was bloody horrible. It's horrible. How are you doing?
How am I doing? Okay.
Sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to... Sorry.
I'm fine.
By the way, you look amazing. This is some dress.
You remember when we were going to do that comparing? I bought this for that. I'm actually glad that I got an excuse to wear it. I'm wearing it with flat shoes and do not go at all.
I'm wearing jeans. Sorry, I'll tell you you're doing. I interrupted for a gag.
How am I doing? I'm all right. I had dinner at my... There was a little thing yesterday where I had to say how I felt, because I'm doing that more now, because we've talked about this before, right? Whenever there's been sort of an uncomfortable situation or something that I've been hurt by, I've done that mental maths of how much fallout will be caused by me saying it. But what I forgot to do was reckon with how much fallout I would be left with if I didn't say it, right? And things continue. So I was supposed to be going for tea with someone yesterday.
Tea?
You know, as in breakfast, dinner, tea.
I really missed a cup of tea with our fish and chips.
Yeah, we should have had that.
We should have had a cup of tea, shouldn't we?
And I got a message saying, are you going to be long? Because we're nearly dishing up.
Oh.
But they hadn't given me a time.
Oh.
And this was at 4:10.
What?
Yeah, so I just got out of the shower.
So it was late lunch?
Well, I kind of presume if someone invites you over for tea, right, it's like 5 o'clock-ish.
Tea is 6, dinner's at 8.
Okay.
Lunch is 1:30.
All right. Well, if you're northern...
Those are my times.
If you're northern, any time after 5 o'clock is tea time, right?
What are your times? Call us now.
When's tea time? Also, is it tea or dinner?
What do you call your remote control? Call us now. I call it the magic.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Wow, I call it the power or the dicky, but there's no reason for that. It was a misunderstanding. So rather than just hurrying up and feeling flustered and told off, I wrote back and I went, I'm really sorry, but I didn't get a time from you. And I presumed that I would, if you hadn't have said anything, I would have been round about 5 o'clock. I'm sorry if I've inconvenienced you, but you didn't give me a time. And to be honest, I feel told off.
Yeah.
And I said it.
Wow, well done.
I said it.
Was it your parents?
Of course it was.
God, what's going on there?
Of course it was.
Where's that hair gone?
Do you know why it was at 4? Because another thing they hadn't told me was my little nephews were there straight from school. And of course, when little kids come home from school, especially at this stage of the year, they're ravenous.
Hungry. I'm hungry. Why have you got any food, my man?
So this is why. But I'm glad I said it because I just could do with being treated like a 44-year-old sometimes rather than a naughty 12-year-old.
I want to treat you like a lady. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's not really what I was going for with my dad, but okay, thanks very much.
Gonna cover those potatoes in gravy. Oh.
It was fajitas, actually. My kids thought it was great because my sister's boys don't eat anything spicy, right?
Oh.
So whereas I normally just make the fajitas with a little bit of the seasoning on for my girls, the boys have goujons.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was like fake KFC. They loved it.
Supper's at 10 in the evening.
Supper?
Now, supper, yeah. Now, that's like cheese and biscuits. Tea at 5, supper at 8. Says Neil Baines. Who's Neil Baines?
That's Nelbert.
Nelbert's real name is Neelingtons?
My friend went out with a very posh man once.
Yeah.
And she said he invited her out for pudding.
Pudding?
Pudding! He said, would you like to come out for pudding? And it wasn't a blue or true. It was, he actually just wanted to, I said to her, what, he took you out for a cake? She went, yeah, pudding.
Mark Beadles let me send Mark Beadles the goddamn link. Hello, Gafford.
Bonsoir. You're both looking very sophisticated this evening. I applaud you.
Thank you. Literally applauding us.
Literally applauding you. I have some empathy with your only man in the room situation.
Talk to me. It looks like I am looking away, but it's just because I'm emailing the link to one of our brand new patrons.
And also, he's not interested. But proceed
no,
anyway.
I am interested. I'm very, very interested. Go on, talk to me.
So it's happened to me twice in my lifetime, and I wish I'd had the courage either time to do what you did. The first was in an NHS equality and diversity workshop.
Wow.
Okay.
Where I was picked on as being the only man in the room of 17 people. So, like you, the woman who was running it constantly kept saying to me, and from a male perspective, let's go to Gary.
Oh, no, I hate that.
You're the spokesman from now on.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wish I'd had the confidence to leave. The other, after many years of denial, I finally plucked up the courage and went to Weight Watchers once.
Okay.
Right.
How did that go?
And there was me and 6 other women. And again, the woman leading it just kept saying, "And don't worry, Gary, we'll tailor this for you as a man." Everything was like I was a different species, not just.
Now, here's the thing.
Because otherwise, you couldn't possibly fathom what they were talking about.
But here's the thing. I found it, I'm bored of it now, but I found it interesting being the only man in the room, because how many times in your life has it been the other way around, where it's all men and one woman? And so I found it interesting. I found it a really unique perspective. I'm a little bit disappointed that we're all white middle class, but that's the way it is. I think it's partly where it's located, but and I thought it was weird when we did a morning on different ethnicities, and I'm thinking, we're all white middle class and there's no people of colour talking to us about this. This is wrong. Anyway, so I more often than not, it's been the other way around. It's been 3, 5, 10 blokes and 1 woman, 2 women. So there is that element to it. But I don't think, certainly not new me, would ever go, well, Kath, as a woman, what do you think? I'd just go, Kath, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is that, and I was being asked a specific question about male body image that was projected, all that shit. I don't want to be the man of the house anymore.
I just want to be the Iain.
Yes.
The issue is the profession you have chosen is female dominated.
Yep. It is. Yep.
So it is. I mean, that's just the fact.
Yep. Why are you facting me? Stop facting me.
Well, I feel as chief mod, it's my responsibility to fact you.
We have decided there will be no chief mods.
Oh,
Is Pete?
Pete has taken out legal action. I cannot say any more, but let's just say.
I got the letter.
Yeah, you got the letter. Let's just say there is. We got. By the way, we're going to court. We're being sued by Pete.
oh.
Which do you know what? I look forward to it. I look forward to being sued by any of you. I want my day in court.
Tina to appear. I don't know if it's for you or for him though.
It's going to be. Listen, it'll be a nice day out for all of us. After the year we've had, it'll be lovely to meet up, even if it is in a courtroom.
You can wear your suit again.
Yeah, I'll wear this. Kath's going to come in this. Pete's going to dress up as a milkman. Oh, this is a little bit tighter than it used to be. Oh no, I can't get away with that. Flipping heck. This is. I don't think this
You wouldn't have done it up sitting down anyway, would you?
Oh, who's that got jeans on? Who's that got jeans on?
Who's that
It's
speaking
just to
funny?
hide the chip stain.
Oh, there's
With
no
this
chip.
whole
That chip
facade,
stain on
just to hide
this.
the-
That's a bit tight. No, that's too tight. I couldn't get away with that these days.
Well, I don't think we're going to get
honest,
given
it is.
any awards anytime soon.
This is
so we'll
the
be
last
all
time I wore this was probably at the Arias for 3CR. The Sonys they were there, weren't they?
right. God, that seems like a world away,
Wow.
doesn't it?
Different times. In a change to the scheduled end of this call, I'm hanging up. Bye.
Oh,
Okay.
I believe the term is the worm has turned.
The worm's going to get a fist up his jacksy in a minute.
You're phoning you back.
Yes, I'm phoning it back. I'm not having. I will not.
Who do you think he is?
Gary, but we had something quite important to say to you before you went. So
Oh,
I don't
really?
want you to lose out.
Okay, yeah, go.
Show
go.
yourself.
Yep, there I
Get
am.
stuffed, you piece of trash. Don't be the first guy.
Oh, day.
Don't be the first. Oh, we got post.
Let's open the post.
If you want to write to us, the address is still the same. Why would the address? Oh, look, hang on.
Oh, peep.
Hello. Quick, go on your side and do the 8. Why would the address change? We got. I've not just doxed myself, have I? No. Okay, great. Here we go. We got. Looks like cards.
Cards, everybody. It's post bag time. And the winner is. Oh, a small card, big hug.
There we go. Iain and Catherine. Just wanted to say, get stuffed, you pieces of trash, from Delith 1970. That's a surprise.
Uncalled for.
It's a surprise because it's not what she says. Wanted to say best of luck with the Patreon, having the £6.66, loving the £6.66 level. Enjoy the ride. I'm sure it'll be a great success. That's my friend Catherine. Please don't call her that. The TLNA certainly is something special. The TLNA, the late night alternative. I like. Love and Light, Delith 1977 in chat. You may not be that anymore. We just don't know. Thank you. This is all treasure. This will all be kept. Thank you.
This is private, and it's from Cherie and the Demon Barber.
Private Sherry Peapot.
Yep.
I can't read. What are you doing? I can't read. I haven't got my glasses. Oh blimey.
Yeah.
Oh blimey. Oh blimey. Oh blimey. They left the freezer door open and everything defrosted. I think you know what a disaster that is. We've all done it, and we've all gone. I think it'll freeze up again, and then the ice cream is all crystallised. We'll have a read of that properly.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to make matters worse, they're getting divorced because of Fanny.
Always the way, isn't it?
It's always the way. Hey, 0203 286 6370. Amazon won't deliver to PO boxes. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
Don't spread your fake news because we've had things.
Yes, they goddamn will. So the fruit shoot didn't work. We've done the post. We've done. Oh, here's the thing. Right, I was listening to a Beach Boys bootleg from 1993 when they were quite good. Oh, can I? I've gone off the Beach Boys a bit, but I'm getting back into them.
Oh.
Can I show you the worst?
Very brief, that.
Well, I like to give people a second chance. Can I show you the worst ever Beach Boys footage ever?
Are we going to get done again?
I don't think we will get done. This is fair dealing, right? This is fair dealing. So I don't think we'll get done. If we get done, I'll take the brap.
Certainly will.
Beach Boys, 1980. I think it's Seattle, right? There we go. Get ready, guys. Get ready for the worst. We'll do it with a little bit of the sound down. Beach Boys live in Seattle, 1983. Okay, you're going to see them driving around the field in cars.
Yeah.
There's Carl Wilson.
Loving it.
There's Carl Wilson, right? There's Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys. Who's up next? Who's it going to be? It's going to be one of the Beach Boys, but do we know which one of the
It's
Beach
gonna be
Boys?
Mike Love.
I bet Mike will be last.
Oh, okay.
I bet it's going to be Al Jardine next. That's my love. You were right. Okay. I'm going to go. Brian is next. Or is that might be Al? Anyway, there's Carl. Lovely Carl. Has Carl ever done a bad vocal? No, but maybe here. That's Dennis. 1983. He's only got a few months to live.
Oh, poor old Dennis.
Poor old Dennis. You're gonna anyway. So they're coming around in their cars. Okay, it goes on for quite a bit. Here we go. Poor old Dennis is in a state. He's not got long to live. There's Bruce Johnson. Let's get to the band.
My mate Bruce.
Yeah.
Tickled my palm.
Yeah. There we go. Oh. Sexy Children. This ain't that bad. Let's get one with Mike on vocals. Okay. Oh yeah, hang on.
The what now? The woo-woo?
The woo-woo.
Someone trap his voice in a box. Oh, he's off.
Okay, let's go. Dennis ain't got a clue.
This is like,
isn't it?
This is a, how's your dad dealing with a divorce?
Is it?
Oh.
Let's see if there's any with Brian. Brian's there. It's just so bad.
Can they not hear themselves?
I think they can. The early 80s, they were absolutely awful.
Up today to play for you all. And also, we'd like to dedicate this next song from all of us to all of you.
That's nice of him.
Well, do we want it?
Let's get to the harmonies. We'll leave. It's just.
I know she must be
John McEnroe.
Playing bass. Carl turning it in beautifully, right? But let's wait for the harmonies. Brian, ain't got a clue. Ah, he's going to die in a few minutes. It's just outrageous, isn't it? They're charging for this crap.
You sound pretty good!
You don't. You sound bloody awful. Look at his shorts.
Oh my God. Is that thing holding him up in the middle? Is it like just having a rest?
It's one of those chairs, the hunting chairs.
Is that how he gets the high notes? Woo! Shorts. He's got lovely legs, hasn't he?
I mean, it really
Someone
is.
was going to go into a different thing there. Oh, Mitty.
It's
If you're on the front row, you'd be able to probably see Barbara and his Anne.
Isn't it? Now, do we get done now on YouTube for that? Because we were reacting. We're like those guys that watch the Rhinestone Cowboy for the first time and going, oh, yeah, he's great, this Rhinestone Cowboy. Surely we're the same thing. And, well, no, we won't get loads of views because this is private. Here's the thing. So this video is for you. Especially for you. I want to let you know I'm feeling that way.
Also.
What do you want? Do you want the free bit and this bit stuck together? Or are you happy with two different links? One involves quite a bit of work. The other don't involve none. But I'm happy to do it. What do you want? Do you want them? It kind of makes sense, doesn't it, to get the free bit and leave the free bit up for the public to watch. But then if I'm leaving the free bit up for the public to watch, why would I want to pull it off and attach it to this to make a private video? Maybe we'll keep them separate. I think it works as a separate thing. We're going to play around.
Tell us what you would like if you
might
have a
not get
strong
it.
feeling.
You might not get it, but tell us. Well, that chippy dinner's coming all the way back.
You had mushy peas.
And a pickled egg.
Flipping heck.
It's only the third time I've had fish.
I didn't see you with the pickled egg.
I had a pickled egg. I also had 4 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast.
Flipping it. Reverse hatching.
Egg-bound. Reverse. You dickhead.
Hello.
Hello, Alistair. We missed you.
Yeah. I've sorted out the chat thing for the Sky.
Oh, have you got it on the telly?
Yeah. The only thing is, can you swap seats?
Because
the chat obscures your Catherine.
Well, what if I sit there, it'll obscure me, right?
I think that's what you suggested.
Goodbye. Thank you, Robert Thorpe. £50 dono. Thank you. The donos are great. You know, I worked out with the chunk that Patreon take. It knocks
us back quite
It's not great. It's not great. But donos are great. Thank you. But you're under no obligation for that because you're paying already. You've already bought your ticket. You want to buy a program. You want an ice cream. That's great. Thank you. But it's not expected. But thank you, Robert
really
Thorpe.
kind.
You are our favourite. You're our favourite.
You're winning.
I'm not moving so that the text is on my face. How rude. Do you know who I am? Separate people are saying separate together. Only one person says together. Separate and costume changes each time. We might do that. But this video will not be available to the public. What you're getting behind the paywall is just for you. You know, maybe 6 months down the line we might do it, and I think maybe we might put one show a month or something. But this is your time. You'll get the link that you've been sent. I've got to work it all out, and I'll find it afterwards. I think the link you've been sent will work for this to watch again as a VOD. I don't know, but this is yours. This is your time.
This is just between us.
This is it. Why have we got this light on?
Turn.
Oh, is that too dark?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is, isn't it?
This is
too dark. Do you want the big light off?
Oh, hang on. I tidied this the other day and it's all messy. Let's put bloody COVID tests everywhere. That's it. That's all right. No, that's good. I like that. Now we've got a night timer. Good evening, sir. Good evening, madam. Would you like a glass of champagne, sir? What do you think your lady friend would like, sir?
Well, ask her. She's sitting there. Why are you asking him what she wants?
Because she has a guide dog with her. And I was just asking her. I was just asking.
Just ask her.
The able-bodied.
Wow.
I was just asking the able-bodied person, and that's bad on me. That's bad on me. But time is kind of catching us up. So, sir, what do you think she might like?
Alex says she'd like a bowl of water, please.
Sir, can you hear me?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit, he's deaf. Forget it. And scene. I was doing a scene.
It's what you don't do.
Stewpot says, so we can't catch a show live. We will have access as a VOD. Oh, yes! And sorry if I haven't made that clear. Oh, yeah. If you don't catch the video of the show live, here's the thing. You'll get the full audio from the free bit. That's easy to do. You'll get the full audio from the free bit and this as a podcast. Boom, boom. Oh, yambazada. And you'll also be able to watch the video at your leisure. Mm-hmm. At your goddamn leisure. No sparkly lights in the background anymore. We thought that with we were following the Twitch trend too much of having too many visualis.
But they were wicked.
They're great.
I'm
but
not opposed to having them back.
No, but it's my house, and I'm currently going for as it would appear I am with my hair. Less is more.
Well, literally less is less. What are you doing there?
Straighten it up.
Have you got a piece? Have you got a system?
I got a system. It's going back. I'm nearly 50. Jesus, what are you talking about? This is a great head of hair for a 50-year-old.
I haven't criticised the volume.
For a 50-year-old, which I'm not yet. Excuse me.
Gosh.
I look like Clooney. Look at the stubble, the eyes, the suavability. I'm from Swaziland. I speak Swahili. It's a joke that me and Mackenzie came up with ages ago. I've lost Mackenzie's number, so I can't write to him or phone him. 0203 286.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I lost his number in the great hot tub debacle.
Which sounds a lot more suave than it actually was.
Here's the thing. So I was listening to the Beach Boys live in 1993, which is when they were quite good. Again, lovely bootleg live at the Paramount Theatre. They were experimenting with doing an unplugged section, as many bands were in the late 80s, early 90s. And they did some really obscure songs, Vegetables, Wonderful, and they were toying with it. There was a test to see if they were going to do it. Take a load off your feet, Pete. You know that song? Take good care of your feet.
Yes.
Pete.
Yes.
You better watch out what you eat, Pete. Better take good care of your life, because no one else will. So I was listening to that, and I was reminded of a thing that bands... Anyway, they didn't carry on doing the acoustic thing. They did it for that one gig, then they bottled it, and they just became a jukebox. Means Mike Love won. Carl Wilson wanted to grow as a band and evolve, and Mike Love was always just give them the hits.
Anyway,
they did a thing that I'd forgotten, right? And this is an American thing. And American bands, when they have like extra members in, they'll always tell you whereabouts in the United States that band member is from.
Fascinating.
We got Joe. Let's jump a big hand for Joe Kowalski on the drums from Chicago, Illinois. Or we got Steve Jackson on the saxophone all the way from Pittsburgh. Who gives a shit where they're from? I'm going to go around their house for tea.
It's as if like Maggie and Bud in the audience are waiting. Okay, he's playing the guitar over there and he's doing real well, but where is he from?
How's about
Chicago?
That?
Okay, fair enough.
How's about that Joe Lloyd on the bass guitar? He's all the way from the California.
Nice.
Who gives a shit? Who cares?
They like to know.
I don't care. Here's the thing, right? When I go and see a 60s band, an American band, Crosby, Stills and Nash, or any of that stuff, all I care about is Crosby, Stills, Nash. Don't care about the bass player, don't care about the lead guitarist, don't care who's on. Couldn't give a stuff. So, don't mention their names. Don't mention where they're from. Don't let them do a solo. Also, don't let Nash do new songs. It's always the beer moment, or the pissoir moment. Here's a new one from Nash. It was a Crosby, Stills and Nash concert, right? Here's a new one from Nash. It's called Jesus of New York. Crying out loud, Nash.
He wants a drink.
Nash has written a song called Jesus of New York. Get out of here. Give me Marrakesh Express. Give me Sweet Bloody Judy. Give me Teach Your Children. Don't give me Jesus of New York by Graham Nash from the year 2003.
There might be one person in the audience who really loves that song. One.
Why is Pete talking about sex phones?
He's always doing
sex phones.
He's always doing it.
It was a great concert, says Gatford. I wish I knew where the trumpet player was from. Here's a weird thing, right? I went to see the Monkees at Wembley Arena in 2001. They were awful. They just sacked Peter Tork. It was Davey and Mickey. I think Mickey had his ponytail.
Uh-oh.
Bald man with a ponytail.
Okay.
Wembley Arena holds 16,000 people there. There were 2,000 people there. It was empty. I've never seen it with baffles up in the audience to think. And there was a horn section. And I recognised the guy playing horns. The guy playing trumpet was a guy.
Where was he from?
I'll tell you exactly where he was from. Where was Fred West from? Gloucester. Because I used to go to college with this guy called Greg. He was a trumpet player, and he grew up in Gloucester. He used to play darts with Fred West.
What the hell?
Right. I'm watching this guy. I'm like, my God, that's Greg. I used to go to college with. Right. And then they introduced the horn section, and they said, on the trumpet is Greg. Where? Right. Here's the thing. It wasn't him.
Oh.
It was another trumpet player.
Also called Greg.
Who looked exactly like Greg playing the trumpet.
Right.
That's nuts, right?
Uh-huh.
That's some kind of coincidence that's a little bit freaky.
Looked like Greg, was called Greg.
And played the trumpet of Greg.
Like Greg, yeah. Just like Greg.
0203 286 6370. I think we can get away with watching TV shows on this. Because I really want to watch The Marriage, right? This is a program that Peter's told us about. I really want to watch the rest of that Butlin's Redcoat thing. But...
Can we, though?
Well, someone emailed saying, by the way, in that Butlin's thing, a judge in a beauty contest says something that is politically incorrect. What could that be?
You astound me. Something set in, 1970, whatever it is.
What are the...
A beauty contest.
Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome... it's only Floydie.
Hey,
now, hang on a minute. Now, hang on a minute.
What?
Is he allowed to play a song?
Oh, yeah. Am I...
Why?
Would I be breaching copyright if I played someone else's song? Yeah.
Well, this is... Catherine seems to think so.
Well, then it's best not to do it. Best not take a chance. You look sensational, by the way.
You look
Catherine.
amazing. You look great. But listen, we need...
Could you not sing one of your originals?
Hang on a second.
I could sing my originals, but it might not be great.
It might not be great, but it might be. You've got to learn to open yourself up to the universe.
Do you remember the Dennis Wise one?
But hang on a minute, right? We need to know. I don't know that you can't sing a song on YouTube. You're saying you can't sing a song. Talk to me.
You can't?
Talk to me.
I just know that, my
Isn't it terrible, Floyd? It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible.
I'm just going off what...
It's all good. I can kind of...
Hang on. We're gonna find out.
Wait a minute.
Well, you've been talking to whom?
Get my kids on the other side of the door there.
Kids!
Come here a minute.
Come and stand in the kitchen? We need some advice from young people.
From young people who know. Because they used to, and they still do, watch a YouTuber called Zai Let's Play. You know Zai? Yeah. Zai Let's Play. She can't sing. She can't sing songs anymore, can she?
What do you mean?
Because of copyright, you're not allowed to sing.
No.
You're not allowed to sing a song if you're live streaming on YouTube.
I don't think so.
That's how my whole act is gone.
Yeah, but you do original stuff and brilliant original stuff, so you'll be okay there.
All right, well, I'll still do originals. Okay. Okay, so that's one thing, and you think about what song you can play. So now we're asking the viewers, are we allowed to watch TV shows? If I haven't got material to do this 3 times a week. I can't do a show 3 times the goddamn week. Does that mean we're not allowed to go? Here's The Marriage, right? The TV show.
Beastie Boys saying get Little One on the phone. I don't need to. She's there.
She's there. She's there, breaking my Oculus last time I saw her.
Yeah.
So are we allowed? And I will be singing. I mean, if we can't show videos, I'm singing my own songs the whole time, the whole day through. Are we allowed to watch TV shows on here, or do we just close Patreon right now?
Is that the alternative?
Right now. That's it. That's all
People
we got.
do reaction videos, but they are not allowed to use massive chunks.
The guys watched. Let's do a reaction video of those 2 guys reacting to Rhinestone Cowboy. You seen that video?
Yeah.
How did they get away with it? Gingerbeard Mark says, and he knows, if you're watching stuff that's already uploaded, you should be fine. Needs to be commentary and transformative. We can do that. Let's have a song, Floydie.
Right, what? Just one of my songs, or?
Let's have it. Yeah, let's do it. If you're up for that, I don't want to pressure you.
All right then. Here we go then. Okay, here we go. Stop it. You're breaking my heart.
If there's a guitar solo, you're in trouble, okay? You know what I mean?
Stop it. You turned it into an art. Ooh, the art of breaking my heart. Stop it. That's enough for one day. Stop it. I need you walking away. Ooh, I've had enough for today. Baby, when you come around, you always get me feeling oh so down. And it's true, it's 'cause of you that I'm so blue, 'cause of you. Now I want you to just stop it. Stop it. It ain't funny no more. Stop it. You wanna settle a score.
Carry on, sorry, I'm just having a drink.
Ooh, it ain't funny no more.
Yeah! Look at the size of that spider behind him.
Stop it. You're breaking my heart. Stop it. You turned it into an art. Ooh, the art of breaking my heart. You turned it into an art. Ooh, the art of breaking my heart. Stop it. There you go, there's an old Floyd.
That was good, man.
That was really good.
That was really good. Floydie, you're one of my favourite callers, one of my favourite people, and I know that if we ever met, I think we would get on. I love that. Jimmy T says, that song is totally the musical response to one of Ian's Making Love songs.
Stop it.
In the afternoon. Thank you, Floydie.
Have you got together with your band, Ian? Because you were getting a band together.
I was getting a band together. Thank you for asking. So I found a bass player on Facebook, and he found an accordion player at a market. And he said, she sounds quite interested. I got her email. And I wrote to her 2 weeks ago, and she's never replied. So that's that. But maybe I'll get in touch with the bass player and see if he wants to do something. For me, it's just I hear it with an accordion. That's the thing, and it feels kind of a bit pointless to do it without the accordion. That's the
vision.
That's the vision is.
Who's a great keyboard player and a really good accordion player too, but Cardiff is just a...
Cardiff, be still my beating heart. If you find anyone near Aylesbury, then let me know, man. But thank you. Thank you for asking, Floydie. Lovely to see you.
It's great to see you. Good luck with the rest of Patreon. It's going well. It's going well.
Thank you very much. Although it seems that we can't...
Oh.
We can't... Someone said the rules are on Google. The rules I've found, right? These are the rules I've found, right? Basically, I think it's saying no. So we're in. What the hell do we do?
Something else.
Copyright issues with live streams. All live streams are scanned for matches to third-party content, including copyrighted content in the form of another live broadcast. Well, we're not touching another live broadcast. No. When third-party content is identified, a placeholder may replace. We want to stop streaming that content. If you comply with this warning and address the issues, your stream can continue. That's fine. So they put a thing up saying, if your third-party content remains in your stream, So
if you don't pay attention to that,
that's saying you can do it,
and we'll tell you when you have to pack it in.
That's saying we can do it, right? Isn't it? Isn't it? Is it? God, what a minefield we've entered.
It's so tricky.
It's so tricky. So tricky. Oh, we missed a call from Lula.
Oh, let's have it.
Let us have it, please. Yeah, good old-fashioned dial tone.
Gingerbeard Mark, the old Tat U-Pair watch probably won't get flagged.
It's an insult, but actually it's helpful.
Yeah.
Hello, Lulu.
How are you?
Very hot and sweaty, it would appear.
Oh, thank you very much for letting me know.
You
asked.
Love it. Nice to... we've not heard your voice for ages, have we? No, when was the last time we spoke?
A little while ago, with the hat.
Yeah, but that was a while ago. Have you seen Lonely God 182, our friend Dave, wearing his little pink Bebe's hat?
I've seen him wearing a couple.
It's great, isn't it?
He's very fond of them.
He's fun, and I think one of them is actually on display and is in the back of his shop.
Yes.
We love those.
On his little mannequin, yeah.
Hang on, I'm trying to read the chat. I doubt the marriage will be something they recognise as copyrighted content. Roger says, new feature, copyright roulette. That could be it. That could be it. Lulu, it's marvellous to speak to you. Welcome to the show, and you are welcome to the show. How may we be of assistance to thee tonight? I'm just going to make myself look a little bit sexier for some of the ladies and some of the gentlemen out there.
Well, I just wanted to say how gorgeous you both looked, and good luck.
Oh, it was a clip-on.
Shut up, man. Of course it's a
Shame,
clip-on. Look at that.
At least it's not a bill.
Oh, look. Dry cleaner. Well, thank you, Lulu. Can I ask, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing? Leggings.
I watched a horrible film the other day. It's about 1998 maybe, called Happiness, and it stars. It's got John Ritter in it, but it stars. He's dead.
Narrow it down.
No, not John. It's the dead guy. He died of heroin.
There's so many.
Okay, well, narrow it down a little bit more. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, okay.
And I won't say what the last scene is, but I did text to Catherine. I said, this film is so gross. For example, the last scene is this. Remember it?
Yes. Flipping out, mate.
It was, it's some last scene. And then the kid goes on a balcony. He's doing it on a balcony. They moved to Florida.
God.
Some film. Anyway. I don't know why you're talking about that, Lulu. That's outrageous to bring that film into the conversation.
Well, it sounds dead cheery, doesn't it?
Oh, it sounds awful, Lulu. Sounds awful. Give me a nice Tom Hanks. It kind of rhymes with what you were talking about.
It sounds glorious, mate.
Why would Tom Hanks? Is that rhyming slang? Where are we going with this? What is happening?
Well, you started it.
You phoned us.
That's true.
I just thought I'd say hello.
Hello. Oh, she's censoring now. Hello, Lulu. It's nice to hear your voice.
How's life going?
A bit sad again, to be honest.
Oh, go on. Why?
A little poodle a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I know. It seems to be piling on, so that was a bit sad. But we're getting used to it, and the other little dog is totally confused because he's got no one's arse to bite anymore.
Yeah. His mate's got the animals. The animals do notice it when one of them leaves. It's it changes the whole dynamic, doesn't it? I'm really sorry about that. That's really tragic.
He was an old doggy, but the way he went was horrible. So you never expect it anyway, but.
Oh God! When Velvet went, and it wasn't horrible. It was time. And I knew it. I'd been kind of thinking for a year. Well, maybe now. And then it was like, right, now it's now. But I was devastated. I'm still devastated. Over a year later, it's like, geez, man. It's
really strange though, because I've known quite a few of my friends and people that I know have lost their third baby over the past couple of weeks or so, and I was talking to me hubby, and it's really difficult for fellas to talk about because they don't want to look like they're soft. It's heartbreaking, so I'm having to poke him with a stick to get him to talk about it because he's thoroughly crushed.
There is a real feeling of, particularly from people who aren't pet owners, but I can certainly understand from certain men that it should be. It's just a dog. You get another. It's just a dog. But what people don't realise, what your husband obviously realises, but perhaps sounds like is embarrassed to admit, is that they're not just dogs, cats. They're our children. They're our family.
Little boy and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they're our family, and it's really sad that he is unable to express that and feels that he can't.
Well, we've got there in the end. But I mean, the thing is, he was worried to talk about it because he knows I'm still reeling from my mum, So we sat down and had a chat, and I just said, you need to talk, and we do now, which is lovely. But I have noticed that, a few of my friends, one of them lost a Labrador, and he's been nailing me when he kind of saw what had happened to Clydie, and we have a good old chat about it. So I'm really glad I'm there for him, because it seems to me that not a lot of people like to talk about things like that. So because we've got that in common, he knows that, and Tim knows now that they can talk to me without feeling a bit daft about it, you know.
Yeah. Good.
So anyway,
well, that's progress.
Before I start crying, I shall bugger off.
Go on. So you take care. Thank you for sharing that, Lulu.
Thanks
I appreciate
for
that.
Loads of love.
Ta-ra. Ta-ra. But does that mean we can show stuff or not? Here's what's going to happen. I'm laying down the law. Who's that guy? I can't sing it. Do you remember G Love and Special Sauce?
No.
I
think we've discussed it before.
I'm going to no, the band. I'm going to play some G Love and Special Sauce, but you're not going to be able to hear it, dear listener. I'm going to play it to this young woman on my left.
Hi.
To see if he did a great song. Here's the song. Right, I'm going to tell you the song. I think it's called Stepping Stone. You keep treating me just like your stepping stone. You keep treating me just like your stepping stone.
You're singing it.
No, I'm not. I'm singing. I made that up.
Yeah.
What's it called? So I'm going to play it to Catherine. G Love, Special Sauce. We played this on XFM. Here we go. Right. So you're not going to hear this. Whoa! So you're not going to hear it, but we're going to hear it. So that if I turn that down, there we go. You can't hear that, can you? Right? No. Oh, this is a freaking game. Listen to this, then we're going to play a game.
Right.
I've got a great idea for a game. Here we go. Here we go. Baby, you're beat up and bad a bone. This is good, right? You wait.
Oh, yeah.
Wait to the chorus.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know it? It's a great song,
I feel like
isn't
I've
it?
heard it before.
It's a great song. That's a good. I used to have that out. I used to have that
hear
album. They can't what?
They're saying they can hear
But
it.
you hearing it through our headphones, so that doesn't count. We're going to play a game, right?
Yeah.
We're going to listen to a song.
You've got to guess what it is.
And you have to guess what the song is, okay? You're just hearing it through the headphones, right? Okay, so what we do is we turn that down a little bit, right? So I'll pick one first, right? Then so I'm going to go for... Okie dokie. Okay, right. So we're gonna be listening to a song. It's playing now, and you have to guess what it is from our body movements, okay? Or from what we might let out a little word or something. You can't hear this, right? This is too obvious, right? It's not Black Lace and Agadoo, Paul. Jim's got the band, The Who. What's the song? Pinball Wizard says Stephen. Stephen's right. Stephen's right.
You're a winner, baby.
Stephen Lavery got it right with Pinball Wizard. Catherine.
All right.
There you go. Type away, please. Type away. This is a game, right? And also, didn't I look cool when my hair came forward?
Yeah.
I'm going to start going to raves again.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going to turn the headphones down because of any leaking of this.
You ready?
The Who, Baba Ganoush. Shut up, Gafford. Now we've got a show. We've got a game. It's not Rock Me Amadeus. It's not Single Ladies, it's not Steps, it's not Boney M. Is that it? Is it that? Hang on, I can't do anything here. It's not the Macarena.
What am I holding?
It's not Prince Charming. It's not YMCA. It's that. It's not Bucks Fizz. Kind of similar vibe. You got it, Jimbo. It's Pom Poms. Hey Mickey, stop the clock. It's James Stone. It's Hey Mickey. James Stone. It's Hey Mickey. You just beat Anna live. John Harris is going for the time warp. See, one more each. This is a fun game, right?
Yeah.
I did have an idea for a game years ago.
It's called Silent Songs.
Silent Songs. I had an idea for a game years ago with Verinda, and it would be he would listen to. I would get him to. I don't think we ever did it. I really wanted to do it, and we could do it. I would play a song to him on the iPod that he'd never heard before, and he would have to sing along. And you'd have to listen. You have to work out what he was singing to. It's a song that he'd never heard before.
Go on.
Let me think. Okay. I'm trying to think outside the box, but actually it's not that far outside.
You're quite in the box.
It's that, isn't it? It's that. All right, here we go. I'm doing Gary Glitter Eyes. It's not Gary Glitter. It's not Living in a Box.
I'll give you a hint. This isn't it, but
it's not Kiss.
But this is someone who's in it.
It's not My Sharona, but it sounds similar. I'm playing the guitar with my fingers. It's not Fly Barona, no. When I say it sounds similar, I don't mean the word sounds similar to My Sharona. The song has a similar vibe. It's not Teenage Kicks. Fleetwood Mac, Robert, it's Fleetwood Mac. But what's the song? It's not The Chain. Just guess songs, please. It's not Little Lies, it's Don't Stop, it's not The Chain, it's not You Make Loving Fun. Go your own way, Dave.
Dead Recording.
Right, one more.
All right.
Just slow on.
I got a good one.
This is a good game.
I got a good one.
We're going to be doing some live shows in Luton in August, September, probably September. This game is happening.
Right.
This game is happening. Jimbo was first. Okay, thank you, Jimbo.
Are you ready? Last one. Ready?
Oh, God. Well, this is going to be obvious. You know this will be obvious.
Yes. And yet.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. This is not, you're going to get this straight away.
Press it.
It's not My Beans. It's not Would I. Prince Charming, we got it. The new price. That's a good game. There is talk of doing some live shows. So probably the Bear Club, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
In Luton, because we have a friend of ours, Happy Shark Comedy, who may or may not be here, I don't know, has put on some shows for us before and put on the brilliant Stephen Page show at jeez. when he's walking around singing without the microphone. Oh, it was
so
magic. What was there, like 90 people there? Oh, it was incredible. We ain't going to Belfast because we lost so much money on that Belfast trip. So,
but it was a cool.
It was a great night. It was one of the best. It was one of the best shows I've ever done because everyone was up for it and there's a huge crowd. But we lost so much money. We made a record there. We recorded a record.
Yeah,
I found a couple of boxes of those records. We'll be selling records on the store. I found a few boxes for like £6 they'll be. By the way, Lorraine, click the live button because I think you're about 3 minutes behind us. Click the live button.
Lorraine's still playing the silent songs.
So we are looking at maybe doing a couple of live shows, one in Luton, maybe one in St Albans in September. Here's what I really want to work out. If there's a way of getting the £20 and above patrons a discount on tickets. I don't know if it's possible. I'd like to do that. Oh, what I am going to do, I think I can do it. Matty, if Matty's still here, will let me know, but I think it's possible, is I want to put a discount on the Iain and Katherine store for £20 and above.
Yeah.
I want to give you a discount code. So just let me check I can do that. Someone, I think it's Emma has ordered the cassette.
Yes, it is Emma.
And my tape deck died. I have a new tape deck behind me, and I just want to set it up and test it this weekend and make sure it's all ready to go. Once that's working, the tapes are going to go back on. But £20 and above, just wait, because I think I can implement a discount code for you guys, and I would like to be able to implement a discount code for you to buy tickets, but I don't know how easy it's going to be because we don't handle the tickets. But remind me to discount codes.
I won't remind you.
No.
Write it on the board because I'll forget.
Discount codes. There we go. So I'll look into that. Sherry P. Pop might come to St Albans. What is it in St Albans? Is it the ship?
Not the horn?
The horny ship. The horny shit is going to be the horny ship.
Is that where we sat backstage and imagined what Chrissy Hine might have done there?
I don't know.
There's all writing on the wall.
I don't know. Never.
If it's that place.
Never. George Galloway follows me on Twitter.
I know, I mean. I mean, yeah.
The curse will kill the new tape deck, surely. Oh, yeah,
Eventually, yes.
Ain't going to last a week. St Albans is closer for Visionary Soup. Don't start doing that. Then someone will say, well, Luton and St Albans are a little bit too far, but if you just came 30 miles, don't.
Yeah. Could you do Watford?
Well, don't. Don't.
And then, of course, what will happen is we will do these shows and someone will go, when are you going to come to Luton?
Lorraine's just gone, oh, bum. She's realised 3 minutes ago. Click the live button, love. Click live. It'll bring you up.
She'll see that in another 5 minutes.
Debbie says, what time are we on tonight? Well, we were going to be on until really late, but we can't show TV programmes. Here's what we're going to do about the TV programmes. We've got one strike, 3 and we're out. So we're going to wait for that strike to be resolved. We're going to get back to
That's
ground
when we can do
zero.
the experiment.
We're going to get to ground. I think we'll be all right watching something like The Marriage, but I don't want to get the second. So then we're on 2, and then we're very close. And it's like having 9 points on your license, which I've got. So let's sort out this one strike we've got.
Misty Point says fly to Glasgow and drive back. That was.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah.
Not only did we do that, I broke my Zoom, my £350 digital recorder. I dropped it and it smashed and I was gutted. Then Ryanair, was it? It was Ryanair cancelled our flight. What was great was we then made money on the flight because we got €250.
Yeah, eventually.
Was it pounds or euros each, right?
But we had to get back for the next day.
We had to get back the next day. So we hired a car. I was really bloody minded. Right. Just take us to a car hire place. I'm going to drive. And we drove back. So that was a show we made a lot of money on because of Ryanair cancelling the flight. But we lost a lot of our souls.
Yeah. And I couldn't help with the driving because we only found out once we'd been doing the show for a bit and I'd had a glass of wine.
Oh, you had, hadn't you?
It led to a very tense start to
Matty
our journey.
Matty says you can create coupons on the website store. So what does that mean, Matty? Does that mean I could send people a discount code? We'll have a look, but thank you. That's good to know.
We'll
so £20 and above for the not the T-shirts, again, that's a different thing, but the tapes and the cameos and the postcards, and we're going to add some more stuff to that, the records, and I might have found some posters as well that are in good nick. we will do it so that you get, I don't know, 15, 20% discount or something. We'll do it like that. Jackie says, can you come to Essex? No. Lorraine is Lulu. Oh, of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, I don't know if you're live, Lulu. I pray to God that you're live now. You can call us 0203 286 6370. So, in terms of watching the TV programmes, let's sort out the one strike we've got and get rid of that. Let's get rid of that.
Let's shelve that idea for now.
Yeah. And if anyone can do, there's a lot of guesswork. Show at your house, Amy. No. There's a lot of guesswork going on. I want facts. This is the thing. Whenever I ask a question on Twitter, right, it's normally a technical question, not quite often about streaming.
You always put, if you have experienced this, please let me know.
I have Googled it. I always put that because you'll always get some dick that will send the GIF back that is like the Google thing, and it will say, ask Google. You know, it's like that. Or have you Googled it? Or I think...
Sometimes I just send you a link.
Just send me a link. I think what you can do is... Have you tried typing this in? Yeah, I've tried everything, right? It's not like, oh, I want to do something, I'm going to go to Twitter. It's like, oh, I want to do something. Can I do it myself? No. Let me Google it. Let me watch some YouTube videos. Okay, 3 hours have gone and I still don't know what to do. Maybe there is someone who has experienced it and done it themselves, and I'll ask them. But Jesus, man, the number of people. What's the thing that's annoying me? Why are people atting us with flipping talk radio?
I know.
Got one was from Ricky Freelove. I like Ricky. He's a nice guy. You think he turned to the dark side, but he's a nice guy. But don't at me in that.
Someone
I saw.
I'm not having that.
Atted you to.
Not that she. Oh, she does know who I am.
Pete says, Google says you're not allowed to show it in prisons or oil rigs if that helps. That does help a lot. Thank you, mate. Yeah, because I'm going to go to prison for breaking your neck.
On an oil rig.
Stewpot James says, that bugs me on band's Facebook page. They announce a tour. People steam in with, can you come to? I always comment with, can you come to Chingford Assembly Hall? It's right at the end of my street. We get a lot of that, and I don't really understand it. I've never really understood it. That's 20 miles away. Could you come here? No. We're making the effort. We're travelling. Sometimes, how far away is Glasgow? 200 miles? 250 miles? You travel 40 miles to us. We've done that. We kind of done the hard work, guys.
And then there's people who just turn up and you think, flipping it, you've come a long way, and it's very flattering. Do you remember when Emil came with his mum? To Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And he's from Newcastle.
Yeah. Patrick says, I've been to 2 shows in Britain and I live in Ireland.
I remember Patrick.
Yes. Yeah.
You're a good one.
Cheap Holford. Okay. We could all come to your house. Not a chance. Although I do want to look at the possibility, I guess from July the 19th we can do it, of doing this.
In the garden?
From someone else's house.
Oh.
The garden's a bugger. The garden is possible, and I have thought about doing the show in the garden.
But your neighbours?
Oh, Dave's absolutely fine, and Betty might be able to hear, and David is wonderful. But doing it from someone's house.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would be great, wouldn't it? We come and do the show live in your goddamn house. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. I kind of feel that maybe... Here's another thing as well. Today feels like it's been a little bit... Mum said you're welcome. Thank you, Amy.
Katie, is there a Premier Inn in Luton? If so, I'm there. Probably. It's a long way. There's loads of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Luton. Don't go to the Easy Hotel. It's horrible. You have to rent a TV controller for £5, and it's horrible. It's like being in hell.
Apart from that...
Go, it's that Richard's Hotel. We used to work with someone, and for some reason, I don't even remember why, we pretended he owned the hotel.
No. He...
Oh, okay.
He caused a scene, hadn't he? And actually told the staff member, I own this place.
Oh, had he?
Yeah. And so from then on, we said, gosh, he's a very busy man. He's got a full-time job and he owns a hotel.
Okie dokie, doggy daddy.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Let's go back.
Doing the show in someone's house.
Yes.
Oh, here's the thing. So this is a learning curve for us. And thank you. First of all, thank you so much for your patronage.
Appreciate it. Thank
you know, it might work, it might not work for us. It's kind of erring on the side of not working, but we think if we keep pushing it and pushing it, hopefully there's something there in terms of, you know, covering our basic finances. It doesn't at the moment. That's not your fault. You're here. Just to flag up as well that after this show, it's going to be the 666 and above. I know we have some of the lower fee payers here. We kind of did this. If you want this every time, you go up to 666. But thank you. But so is this going to work for us at the moment? No. But we're having a lot of fun, and it's exciting. It's lovely to have you here, and that's not your fault. That's just our situation. You lot are brilliant, and we are so grateful that anyone would spend any money watching this absolute crap. So thank you for that. But this is a kind of a learning curve for us in terms of what you expect. Mm-hmm. Don't know what you expect. We will be doing slightly less hours than we were with the Twitch thing. We won't really be having like B movies and stuff. We might play a little 5-minute thing just to get the YouTube up and running while we kind of set up. But we're not going to be doing like an hour of old stuff. We're doing that to make up our hours. So don't worry about that. But I don't know what you want. And I don't know how much content you want. And I don't know how long you think the shows are going to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. So we are open to your feedback. By the way, I mentioned in the Discord, every comment that you write on the Patreon, I see. I don't know if you see them.
I do.
They get emailed straight to us, right? And I read every single one. Don't reply to every single one. It would be insane to do that. But I certainly read every single one. And I reply to a couple. And if there's a question or something about the show, then I tend to reply to it. But I read every single one. But I mean, for example, right, if we finish now, right, so it's been 2 hours, it's been an hour and a half paywall. Is that good enough? And be honest, right? Because some of you might go, oh, whoa, shut up, man. I'm paying 20 quid. I want a 2 hour I don't know. And you know, kind of historically, we've ended when the vibe has ended, you know, when it is kind of gone. But I don't know if... I don't know. Don't know what you want.
Basically, we want to make sure that you feel that you're getting value for money.
Yeah, we don't want anyone to kind of like unsub because unsub, that's cool, but because we weren't giving you enough. You go, well, the live paywall stuff was only an hour and a half, and yeah, Beastie Boy says from about 5 p.m. to midnight would be great every day. Thanks. There's nothing on the telly these days.
Okay, thanks for that guidance. You know what we do have that we could always have a look at?
Yeah.
The film that Matty made.
What? The best of?
Yeah.
That's copyright.
Oh yeah, it doesn't belong to us, does it?
It does belong to us. And we know we get it after 48 hours. I was joking.
Oh. Don't joke about copyright. It's not a laughing matter.
It does. It does. 11. You want an 11 p.m. finish, Dave? You got an 11 p.m. finish. You got a goddamn 11.
Okay.
That sounds like a challenge to me. It's a goddamn piece of trash.
Here we go. Get ready.
This guy's. Hang on a minute.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Then you're going to get sorted out.
Hang on. You stay there a second.
Leave it, Ian. He ain't worth it. Here we go.
Hang on.
What's happening now? Wait. Yep.
Hang on. Put it in my sleeves.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go.
Hang on, Dave. I'm going to word with you, mate.
Are you doing this to be threatening, or are you being like,
I am threatening.
is it Dexter from Dynasty? Alexis.
Do you want... Drop something.
Here we go.
You want it to 11 o'clock, you're going to get it to 11 o'clock. You got 11 o'clock, goddamn piece of trash.
Why does that sound like a threat?
You just affiliates now on Twitch. Matty, why did you have to put the word just in there? Why did you have to say the word just? Yes, we are just affiliates on Twitch now. Happy?
It means that we're free to be able to spend time here on YouTube.
Happy? Yeah, we're just affiliates now. Does that make you happy? No, you know that? I honestly didn't know about not showing videos and stuff like that, and that does bugger it up a little bit in terms of...
what are you doing there?
Not doing anything.
Stop it.
That's horrible, mottled skin. Isn't that? It's just disgusting. Oh, flipping heck!
What?
Lonely God says, "Oh, thank you. I thought I was going to get a beating, but instead I got what I asked for."
Turns out, sometimes ask.
It does bugger it up slightly for me not being able to show videos and stuff. But do you know what? We can work around that.
Get around it.
Let's get rid of that strike. Look at you're kind of part of the production process here. Let's get rid of that copyright strike, and then we can try it. I think the old crap that we show, they weren't. But also,
I mean old crap. I mean handcrafted, vintage.
But we can also
gold.
do that on. We can also, start the show with that on Twitch, and then move over behind the paywall. Some of the things we've got on Twitch, we're going to have gaming on there tomorrow, 1:00. We're going to have some retro gaming. But we're also going to have watch parties. I might start doing that Lost thing again. We're going to have watch. There's loads of stuff, right? And at this precise moment in time, I'm quite excited. That will fade. It always does.
It waxes and wanes. You know what it's like.
That
ADHD stuff, though. What do you reckon?
It's worn off.
Do you think?
So it's the last 8 hours. I had it at midday. Yeah, it's gone. What was I going to say?
Oh.
What was I going to say?
You were talking about the video thing, buggering it up, but we'll find a way around it.
It is annoying. That has kind of scuppered my plans slightly. What was I going to say? It's completely gone. What do you do when you forget stuff? How do you walk it back?
I try walking it back, remembering the last thing I remember saying, and where I was going with it. If I can't, I plough on forward and do something else, and it comes.
Sorry, what? No, but what? What do you do? Sorry, I was distracted actually by Jackie. These are the people that distracted me. So these are the people you should be angry with: Jackie Hopkins, Jimbo in Hawks, Alistair North, Patrick Russell, and Gigi and Izzy.
Basically, everyone in the
Izzy
chat.
H. DeSantis. No, well, Tony M didn't distract me. I wasn't interested in the boring thing he had to say. I'm joking. Those are the people that took away my very, very precious, and it is precious, attention. Took it away from me. Took it away from you. It was them. So what were we talking about? Hello, Patty.
Hey, Patty. I can't sing it.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want to be picked up. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah. Plough on forward about something else, and it will come to you. And probably while I'm talking.
What is that number that Caterfer's just put in the chat? Because it ain't ours. Jeez. Look, how do you, when you forget something, how do you walk it back?
I just told you.
When? They put me off. I told you. What? Do that again. That's a recording of what's going on inside her head. It's the cave. Retract that, Caterfer. What do you do when you need a poo in an English country garden? Pull down your pants and suffocate the ants.
Then I pull up a leaf and wipe me underneath.
Easy, I'm considering your apology. I'll give you an answer to that on the next show that we do. What do you do?
It was something you meant to say before the show, Alistair North says. But what do I do when I forget things? What happened the other day, didn't it? I am stuck for a good 5 minutes, and then I plough forwards and talk about something else, and then it pops in. Have you remembered it?
No, I'm just wondering why you're telling me that.
You asked me!
Ah, fuck. Let's get some calls. Let's get some calls up. Come on, guys. Let's get some topics. Controversial topics. Too many foreigners.
White dog poo.
In the world. There's too many foreigners in the world.
What?
Let's get rid of... Oh, this is...
You got it?
There's a great... Come here, guys.
I forgot. Be racist. That's how you remember.
There's a great... That is how I remember most of my stuff.
Exactly.
Be racist.
Yeah.
I found my phone is weird, right? So you go on the phone, and then if you flick it to the left, it just comes up with news stories, right? That are crap. Where's Paul McCartney? The most pivotal sci-fi movie of the century is finally on Netflix. Oh, what's that? I see. Well, actually, that's quite good. So, what is it called?
E.T.
It's not E.T.
Aliens.
J.J. Abrams' first Star Trek reboot. No thanks. Paul McCartney's favourite song of all time. Skyrim players make new discovery after playing the game for 7 years. Become an interstellar engineer in Arksmith and Oculus Quest. The most fun game of 2021. A masterpiece 5 years in the making. Singularity 6 raises 30 million. Virtual Planet. Windows 10 fans get angry. George Harrison's favourite. Look at a picture of George Harrison. Can you see that? Okay.
Looks like 80s dad.
World's oldest man.
Looks like Paul Calf.
World's oldest man. Here we go. Guinness. These are weird. Sorry. Guinness World Records. I accept the cookies. Guinness World Records confirms. That doesn't feel right. The Guinness World. Here's what we need. We need some music. Copyright free. Copyright free, bouncy music. Here we go. This stuff is great, right? You can play this stuff. So we can watch YouTube videos on Twitch, but we can't watch YouTube videos on YouTube. That is bullshit. Here we go. YouTube videos on YouTube. That is bullshit.
What's happening?
YouTube videos on YouTube. That is bullshit.
What's happening?
YouTube videos on YouTube.
It is happening again. It is happening again.
We have been reborn.
Rise!
Okay, stop that. Yeah. We missed Pete's call.
We did. For that nonsense. How dare we?
Peter? Oh, where's he gone? I see he called, right?
I saw it. Or was it a
Peter?
There he is.
Hey. It sometimes crashes when Peter calls. I don't know why I'm calling him Peter. Peter, do you get angry if people call you Peter?
Feels like it's not really me.
Yes. Especially if it's people you don't like, right? Taking liberties with your name.
Please don't. Now you've addressed that to me. Wow. Pete, how are you doing?
I was just going to say, it tends to be my parents and things who will still call me Peter, and they're kind of allowed because.
Well, I call my eldest Alexander, and of course, his name's Terry, so that's weird. No, and he was a little bit embarrassed a while ago to kind of reveal that everyone calls him that he has chosen the name Alex at school. And he was a little bit awkward, and it's like, that's cool. It's what you do. You will never be Alex to me. You'll be Alexander. I hesitated asking that question because we have had a private conversation, and I don't want to bring the private into the public arena. Pete has basically asked if he can give me £10,000 to show his loyalty to me, and I said, I don't want the money. I want you to chop off the arm of one of my enemies, and he's going to do it, but I'm not saying who it is. But Gatford, no, and so I asked the question just as the question is, how are you doing?
How I'm doing is that currently the question, how are you doing, makes my stomach kind of crunch up in knots.
Okay.
Which I think answers the question, how are you doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I've to a degree, I've been sort of open about the fact that I'm not in the best place at the moment. But yeah, I'm very much not in the best place at the moment.
If there's anything that we can do, I consider you a friend. And if there's anything we can do, ask. As you did the other day, and I was very, very happy to comply and oblige, and would be happy to do so if there was anything else that we could do to help.
Yeah, no, thank you. And there really isn't. It's, if I had £1 for the amount I've heard that question over the last sort of couple of weeks, is there anything we can do? And it's not. It's between me and my brain to a large extent. I mean, I have sort of contacted the GP and said, something ain't working here,
Yeah. Is there, I hope you don't think I'm telling you what to do. I wouldn't. These are many suggestions. Is there a chance that you could man the fuck up? I mean, is that a possibility, Pete?
No, I think at the moment I'm in a place slightly beyond manning the fuck up.
Okay, I only say that because I know that we're amongst friends here. We don't need to explain any of these jokes. Everyone here knows that how this goes. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And I know that when you're out there on your own, when I am out there on my own, I'm on my own. And it's up to me to kind of walk back a little bit so that my friends can embrace me and they can help me come away from the edge.
Yeah, you know, people keep saying if you want to chat all this stuff, and you know, it's all appreciated. The fact people are having these thoughts, and it's like, I don't know what there is to say, really. You know, it's, you know, and yeah, the other one. This isn't just a thing now, but it's been bugging me for a while. The phrase, again, entirely well meant and always by lovely people, but when they say, you know, I hope you're all right. It's like, well, I'm not. You know, it's the I hope bit. It's like, please don't put your hopes on that. Cause
why don't you ask Jimbo to do some prayers for you? He prayed for me. He denies that he did, but that's just because he's embarrassed because it worked. So, Jim, could you pray for Pete, please?
Well, you know, if Jim wants to sort of ask for positive vibes from the universe in general for me, I will happily accept that.
I get older. I used to be, when I was in my 20s, and I'll pray for you. I'll get the... Wait, excuse me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dickheads.
Banging the door.
I shouldn't call your kids dickheads. That was out of order, actually. 20s, 30s, I'm going to pray for you. I'll get out of it. Now, I love it. I love it. Someone says they're going to pray for me. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just talking about myself. Someone says they're going to pray for me or my mum. Love it. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not annoyed by it. I'm like, well, you know, I'll happily take good vibes. I still don't really feel that there's any point, you know, in sort of the Christian God, for example.
Yeah.
You know, I still can't see how that's going to do anything, but you know, good vibes in general, which I think is largely what it is, really, isn't it? I mean, I know, you know, for some people it's more directed than that, but that's kind of what it is. You're kind of praying to the universe, really.
That's how I interpret it. I don't see it as this is the perfect conversation for 22 minutes past 10 on a Friday. This is genuinely perfect. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not, you know, it's not a big Christian God for me. If that's where your head is going, that's great. And I know we've got Gatford, who's a Christian, and that's great. But yeah, for me, it's the universe. It's my higher power. It's energy, stars, whatever. Nature for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like you, I don't think I believe in a specific, you know, I don't believe in a bloke with a white beard or what have you, but you know, there's, I don't know. The universe is the universe, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's big and weird.
And as we know from Noel Edmonds, if you have cancer, that is your own fault.
It's your attitude.
Yes, your attitude. I just have to stress that's Noel Edmonds. It's not the official view of the TLNA crew. But when we have investigated it, and we are expecting the results back any day now. Pete, what did you call him for?
I guess I was, you know, partly felt I should break a Patreon cherry, as it were.
Broken.
Thank you. Also, I feel like maybe there was something in what you were saying just before I called. You mentioned the Guinness Book of World Records. I feel maybe once a week you should try and break a world record.
Okay.
Oh God.
What is the world record for someone flicking Katherine Boyle's arm just about here? What's the world record?
I think someone managed it once.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to try it.
Give us a world record and I will break it now. Here's the thing about world records, right? They're a piece of piss. Anyone can do. Kids.
No, what you got to do is make one up. Then you're the first one to do it. You're a record breaker.
Kids do it. Kids have got records. That you know, whatever. That is. So I could do it.
Thanks for explaining that.
I could do it easy. It's just that people go, oh, you can't break a world record. It's tough. Well, it's not. It's just what is it? Oh, it's 7. All right, I'll do 8. In fact, I tell you what, I'll do 10 because then it takes it 3 further. It's easy. It's easy, Pete.
I mean, some of the, there's, I'm mentioning Doctor Who, but it's not. There's people who make a company that makes Doctor Who audio.
Big
adventures.
Finish.
Big Finish, that's it, and they've been doing it for 20 odd years, and then they recently ended their range of monthly releases because they're going for a more box set thing, blah blah.
Yeah.
But they ended it, and they were suddenly proudly announcing that they had earned the Guinness World Record for the longest monthly audio sci-fi series.
What?
At 275 months. They've got the Guinness World Record for that.
Well, how is that a thing?
I don't know. It's like that's nobody asked that. There was nobody else.
I think we could have the longest podcast featuring you and me.
Why did your voice break then?
Because I got excited.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to try and break a record, but I need to turn my microphone off. What do you reckon? Did that break the record?
No, but I think you might have had some sort of rupture.
Okay. See, I don't like made-up records.
Oh, hang on. That is a record breaker.
I don't... Catherine, geez, grow up. It's just bodily. It's just human bodies.
Yeah, and I'm chewing on your dinner.
Okay. Oh, it was a nice dinner, right?
Not the second time.
I don't like records that are made up. I like ones that are set already. They just say, right, no more record. Right, you can beat the current records, but you can't just keep adding crap. We can't just keep adding stuff. I've got a brand new record. I'm the guy that can blink my eyes the fastest. Who gives a shit?
How do the long fingernail people wipe the bums?
Carefully.
Well, the story that I had that popped up on my phone.
You know the ones that have got fingernails like quavers?
World's oldest man. Guinness World Records confirms new title's age. So this guy is 112. Is Emilio Flores Marquez retired? Thank you. Whoa. We'll come to that in a minute. Thank you. He's a sugarcane farmer from Puerto Rico. He's born on August the 8th, 1908. 112 years and 326 days as of the other day. Right. Here's the thing. Right. Keep an eye on the second oldest man in the world.
Yeah.
Because he's going to fly over to... I bet he's going to fly to Puerto Rico. Oh, what a coincidence. Emilio Flores Marquez is found dead with a 100-year-old knife stabbed in his heart. And then suddenly the second oldest guy in the world gets promoted. Just keep
the way it always happens.
Always keep an eye on the second oldest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They do always seem to pop their clogs within a couple of years of being named the oldest.
It's uncanny.
Britain's tallest man lives in West London. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
They're Britain's tallest man. Apparently, he was the world's tallest man, but then they found someone. Taller. Guess what? Thank you. And so he lives in West London.
Does he live in a tall house?
He lives in a care home. We'll find some images of him. He's in all the papers today. Britain's tallest man. I love it when the tallest man in the world meets the tiniest guy in the world, and they're just like having fun and pictures and stuff. I love that. Those are world records, Pete.
Did they love it?
I think that was how George Lucas cast Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
He got the main three, and it's like, right, get Guinness on the phone.
What is this shit about a new... Talking to you like you're our movie expert. Pete, thanks for giving us the top 10 of the movies in the cinema at the moment, and I really enjoyed Fast 9, so thank you for that. I wondered, before we go, and we haven't, this isn't in the script, so we haven't rehearsed this, but I wondered what your thoughts were on, they're making a brand new Indiana Jones, and I just wondered what your thoughts were. Is Harrison Ford too old? What can we expect from this movie, Pete?
Well, I wouldn't have said he was too old until within like a couple of weeks of starting filming, he broke his shoulder, or it's a shoulder or a neck injury or one of those.
Oh,
so
that's not from when they dropped the Millennium Falcon on him, is it?
That was when he hurt his foot.
Yeah.
But here's the great thing about him: his girlfriend is a lawyer. She's works for Ally McBeal or something.
Yeah.
So she can sue him, but she mustn't go into the unisex toilets because I think they sing or something. I've never seen that crap.
A lot of singing. Yeah,
I used to love it.
Did you? Why? It was made for women, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a vagina program.
I would kind of dispute that. I mean, I didn't.
Well, Pete, you're saying you liked it. Again, that doesn't really go against my argument.
Look, I didn't get into it when everyone was watching it at school. Because I had the same reaction. Oh, this seems like a bit of a girly thing. All the girls sort of were into it, and then I think they showed it stripped it across lunch times at one point. I don't know if must have been the school holidays or something.
And it spoke to you, did it?
Singing babies.
To be honest, the first one I saw actually didn't have most of the characters in. It was one where the two blokes who run the law firm went off on a holiday.
Oh,
right.
And it felt like a bit of a spin-off pilot.
Guy show.
but it really made me laugh. And then from then I got into sort of the main show, and it's really funny. Like when it's good, it's really, there's a lot of gags in there. I
liked it. I liked the mechanic of working with her ex and how there were still feelings there, but then his wife. I mean, God, it was just great.
What does she do now?
Harrison Ford.
Oh, don't be so vulgar. That is disrespectful. That is you should be ashamed of yourself as a woman.
And I'm not.
Well, you should be.
That was my answer too, Catherine.
Well, Pete, you should be ashamed of yourself as a woman. What does she? Because
Callista Flockhart.
No, Ally McBeal.
Oh.
What do they do? Right. There are so many people. I consider myself this, who've been big stars and had like a big TV show.
It's a lot of bigs.
Quite often, as I did, they'll make a move into movies. They'll do a movie or two-V. They'll do one or two Vs. And I've just remembered what it was I wanted to talk about all that time ago. They do a one or two V.
Say it quick before you forget.
No.
Write it down.
No.
It's going to go again.
It won't go again. It's now logged in. Boom. Dum. And then that's it. Some TV actors cannot make the shift to movies. Here's an example of one that did and one that didn't, right? One that can and one that can't. One that could and one that couldn't.
A yes and a no. You've forgotten.
I know. Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
From Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Yes to movies.
Okay.
The kid. What? Mr. White. The kid from Breaking Bad couldn't make movies. And he tried. He was in a Fast movie, one of the FAFs, and he couldn't be a movie star. Isn't it interesting? Same for me.
No.
It was actually. I made a movie. I went to Canada to film a movie.
What was it called?
Beyond
Boring.
It was called Beyond Borders.
You didn't watch it, did you?
Starred Clive Owen. I saw my bit in the cinema. I went to watch it in the cinema in New York, and 5 minutes my bit was up, and I stood up and went, that's it, done, and I left. But what I'm trying to say is, Pete, what does Callista Flockhart do? Does she end up working in a key cutting place like Zamo?
Oh.
No, I mean, I suspect she doesn't need to do very much at all. But I know for a few years...
Tony says she's a carer. Come on, Tony.
You're right. She was in Supergirl.
No, she was a carer for... I think for Harrison Ford is what he's saying.
Yeah, I know, but she was also in Serious Answer. She was in Supergirl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right. But so successful shows, though.
Until it moved. Because yeah. I mean, I've just reminded myself now, but because I knew she was on Supergirl, but I couldn't remember why she left. She left because they moved filming locations. Basically.
Peter Cook was in Supergirl.
He was in the film Supergirl.
Yeah, well, it's all canon.
The recent TV show.
Yeah, which I enjoyed actually.
Do you remember? Well, the girl from EastEnders, wasn't she Wonder Woman?
What? No, she was the Bionic Woman.
The Bionic Woman. One of the girls from EastEnders was the Bionic Woman. Let me show you.
Oh yeah. The dark-haired girl.
Yeah. Bionic. That's nuts. I mean, I think that was a little bit of a flop, but fair play. Getting a big old budget American TV series.
Anna Friel did one, didn't she? Where she was a ghost.
Yep.
Yeah, Anna Friel did a few like quirky TV series, and Zoe Slater was kind of Michelle Ryan, the actress. She was one of those who was kind of tipped for stardom, and it didn't quite take off for her. You know, she had a big guest role in Doctor Who, and then she was off doing the Bionic Woman, and then I think she kind of has come back and.
She should have stayed. This is the problem. You go over to the States, you leave a vacuum in the UK.
Who would have thought, though, that Guy Pearce would end up being the Neighbours megastar?
Well, who'd have thought that Jason Donovan's, not his real dad, but his dad in Neighbours, with Jim Robinson, would go on and be in... Alan Dale would be in everything. Mm-hmm. Now, there's the guy, the weedy guy, is in a lot of movies. He was the beefy guy. He was in that time travel series with the Russian doll. Remember, he was like the boyfriend at a flat or so. All this happens. What I'm trying to say to everybody listening to this today is...
Go on.
As of this week, I am earning per week what I used to be earning in a night.
But you are earning. Kind of.
I don't know. So I don't know what happened there.
What did you remember?
So, all right, two things. First of all, Pete, how horny are you for Day of the Daleks? Evil of the Daleks. How horny are you for the Patrick Troughton cartoon that's coming out?
I'm fairly horny for it.
Even I got a little bit turned on when I watched the trailer for it. I went,
I get that the animation is a bit it's a bit cheap.
Oh no, I think the animation looked great actually.
When it's the Daleks, it's great because the sort of it doesn't need to be so fluid because they're gliding along. When it's people, it's a bit different, but to have it as a visual thing.
Yeah. Oh no, it's magic. So this is a lost Patrick Troughton story where they've got the audio, and so they've animated it. So it's a cartoon with the original audio. And I watched the trailer. I'd sit and watch that. I thought it looked exciting. It had similar cartoon style to Captain Zepp, if anyone remembers Captain Zepp.
Well, they've done a bunch of these now. This is like the 5th or the 6th Patrick Troughton one they've done. They did Power of the Daleks a few years back. And yeah, they've kind of worked their way through most of his early stuff. And yeah, it's just nice to have, some visual way of... And I like that they're in colour. Black and white, and it should be...
Should it heck? Get those old William Hartnells. Let's colorise them. Colorising technology is great now. Let's do it.
People get really annoyed with the animation that it's not frame perfect.
I'll get stuff.
That it's not exactly as it would have been. It's like, no, it's the soundtrack is legit. It's a visual representation.
Get lost. Get out of my sight. Not you, Pete. I'm talking to those scumbags. You're lucky you've got anything. It's a flipping 60-year-old TV show that no one was ever going to see again, right? It should be consigned to the scrap heap. It's not. There are people that care about it enough that they've brought it back to life. Just accept it. You go and do better.
The fact that there are people who cared enough to sit there with their reel-to-reel tape recorders in front of the TV in the first place.
I love that. So a lot of Beatles stuff got saved as people were just taking it off the telly. In fact, here's the thing. And we will stop this in a second because Catherine wants to talk about Captain Zepp. The Doctor Who is responsible for... is the only place you can see the Beatles on top of the pops.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's nuts. There's a bit where I think they're in... is it William Hartnell? They're in the TARDIS.
The TARDIS, yeah.
And he turns on the telly and the Beatles are on top of the pops. There is no surviving footage of the Beatles on top of the pops apart from that bit from Doctor Who. That's nuts, right?
Totally, yeah.
Pete, I'm going to cut you off.
Yes, thank you.
Captain Zepp, for those who don't know, was a kids' tea time show, right? And it was like live action with animation, and you kind of had to guess what the crime was. You had to guess who the murderer was.
Captain Zepp, Space Detective.
I can sing the theme tune to Captain Zepp, right? Captain Zepp, Captain Zoo, superstar space detective. Captain Zepp, Captain Zoo, superstar space detective. Another place, another time. That's Captain Zepp with Doctor Who. But if you got it right, you won a tub of blue hair gel.
Oh.
Great stuff. Here's what I remembered. I was really annoyed that you came round tonight because I found a great movie on Amazon Prime because of the thing on that news thing, right? So I found this great movie. It was a weird whodunit. You're right. Gapfer says 1080p is caning my iPad battery. I'll cane those butt cheeks in a minute. You can turn it down. If you want to watch us in 1080p, 60 FPS, you can. Click the cogwheel. If you don't have to. Lower it down. And I would suggest, I think it was Gigi, using the thing on there. Someone I think is way behind. Gigi. Click live. Everyone just click the live button. And that would, because some of you are a little bit behind. And that breaks my heart. It's a great movie. I want to talk to you. Oh, why did I have that funky music? What was that for? What were we doing? What were we doing when this was playing? I found a great movie. I don't know what we were playing that for.
It was a time, Mr. Time or something. What's it called?
Mr. Time. I found a great... Come on, I want to talk to you guys. This is my movie recommendation for the evening. I found a great movie. It's a new movie. It's like you stifling a yawn. I saw that.
Go on, tell me about this.
Go on, tell me about it.
It's a great movie. Can I drink your fruit shoot? Oh, no, it's gone.
I drank it. I gave myself COVID. I found a great movie on a lovely little channel I like to call Amazon Prime.
Amazon.
It's a new movie.
Did you say Amazon or
Amazon. Amazon. I'll say it properly.
Why?
And this movie, the title of this movie made me rock hard, baby. It's called something, I don't know what it's called. It's called something, I don't know what exactly it's getting. It's not called Mr. Timeface, although it's called The Tomorrow War. Stars Chris Pratt, who I'm not a big fan of.
He was the one in Wonder Woman, right?
Oh, was that him?
No? Or yes?
I don't know. He was in that shitty space film we saw where they all woke up when they were travelling through space. But he's also in Guardians of the Galaxy, which I don't really like. But Tomorrow War, The Tomorrow War.
Chris Pine.
The Tomorrow War.
Sorry.
They're all much of a muchness, and Captain America and all those people, they're all the same people. The Tomorrow War. So what it is, it's set like in 2022, and they're watching like the World Cup in Qatar. It's very weird. And they're watching, and suddenly this guy in the World Cup, so they're watching it on the telly, and then suddenly the guy in the World Cup, he's like about to score a goal, and he's running forward, and then suddenly there's this bright light. Jeez, what's going on? Flipping it. And in the football pitch, these soldiers come out.
Why?
From this light. Citizens of Earth, we are you from 28 years in the future. We are being attacked by alien forces, and we are losing. We need your help to survive. Whoa, what's this?
I would say, I'm sorry, you picked the wrong person.
I tell you no more. What a movie. What an opening to a movie. Citizens of Earth, do not panic. We are you 28 years from the future. We are being attacked by an alien force. They are winning. We need your help, or in the future, humanity will be wiped out. Oh, and it's got time travel in it, right? I'm not going to give you no spoilers, but first of all, that's a great start to a film. Secondly,
why are they picking a football crowd?
They're just because it's being watched. It's the World Cup's being watched by everyone in the world.
Got you.
And secondly, it is the only film that shows the truth about time travel. Time travel is like, oh, I'm traveling through time. Oh, it's 1600. There's peasants and shit. Or I'm traveling through time. It's the only film that tells you the truth about time travel. It's painful and it's dangerous and it's very painful. Boring. And it's not boring, actually.
I bet it is a bit.
Why don't you go and watch Ally McBeal and listen to a singing baby having a shit in a unisex toilet?
What?
You heard.
Time travel, I'm saying, is probably, a lot of it is boring. We've come to the wrong bit again. This is where nothing happened. Boring.
Are you thinking of Doctor Who? This is great.
Okay.
It shows you that time travel is dangerous and it's painful.
Why? Yeah, that could happen.
Well, it could happen. Quiet Bloke says, I'll have missed the message as I don't watch football. It then kind of goes on the news. Surprisingly, the news picks up on the story that soldiers have come from the future.
I don't think Quiet Bloke watches the mainstream media.
Spider says, I'm going to watch that on the projector without further ado. Honestly, I'm like half an hour into it. It's so up my street that I'm looking at houses on there already. It is it's not bad, is it? It is. Thank you, mate. It is so good. By the way, we had a donation, and I hope they're still here. DJ Moo.
Thank you.
Good luck with the new platform. You've taken a big risk, and I hope I speak for many saying, I hope you die in a... What?
Why?
I misread that. DJ Moo, thank you. Robert Thorpe again. Thank you. It is a great movie. It is a great... half an hour, can't have an opinion yet. James, are you crazy? If a movie hasn't got me in the first 5 minutes, I'm out. It's like TV series, and people say, oh, you got to give it 3 or 4 to get into it. No, I haven't. I give it 10 minutes. I'll give it 10 minutes, and if it hasn't caught me in 10 minutes, I'm
you know what you are?
What?
YouTube generation.
No, I'm MTV generation. That we were MTV generation first, where it was all The Crow, Brandon Lee's film was MTV generation because it was all like cuts like that. Apparently, you watch it now and it's like, I don't know, I've never seen it, but
you watch it.
But Alice says I'm going to be sucked off by GB News, so I might miss it. Okay. Carl says that's tomorrow's viewing sorted. Honestly, it's I love time travel. It's called Tomorrow War, or whatever, War of Tomorrow. Flipping it. Yes. Oh, yes, please. And that came from the weird news thing on here.
Oh, that's where you were going earlier on.
So it all links up.
Thankfully, in the end, yes, it did.
An awkward, lifeless shrine. The Diana statue is a spiritless hunk of nonsense.
According to?
Opinion, the Tomorrow War takes every other sci-fi movie and just smashes them. I don't know. Now I'm having insecurity. It's Amazon Prime. Now I'm having insecurity about whether this show is any good. I'm going nuts.
Stop it.
We've got 163 people watching, and this is great, genuinely. Way lower numbers than Twitch. The Twitch numbers were to cock. When they're in the thousands, it was never true. If you're on the front page, and say you're looking at the front page, that would count as a view.
Yeah.
So it was, if we were on the front page, the viewing figures were never realistic. And it was always interesting to note that if we had like 3,000 people and we did a raid, we might take 500 with us. Okay, that felt like a more realistic figure. And their numbers were so. I'd have two different windows open, and it would have two different numbers on it. Their algorithm is to cock, completely untrustworthy. This is great. 165 of you want to be here, have paid to be here, and it is lovely to have you here. It feels much. What does it feel? It feels more fun.
Yeah, it feels like we're talking to people who get it. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, so
rather than trying to explain it to people who don't.
James says this feels like a live rabbit hole. And it's interesting you mention that, because we did have a few people that had not noticed that you got charged VAT. And we did mention it a couple of times. We could have mentioned it more. But as someone who has signed up to patrons, for Pete for a while and Stephen Page, I was always aware that there was VAT. It would say, this is the price of the tiers plus VAT, right? And then when you go to you click on, I want to click on this tier 2. This is the total you will be paying. Do you comply? And some people missed that, and some people were upset that it wasn't $6.99, it's $7, whatever it is. And that's cool. And I apologized and said, really sorry. Maybe we could have made it clearer. We did say it, but we thought it was clear on there. So
there was certainly no deception intended.
There was no deception intended. But I can understand you sign up for stuff and all that. And there was a point. The live rabbit shows. And I was thinking about the live rabbit shows, because I think, did we charge £6 or £8 or something like that, right? And you're going to get that like 3 times a week for £6, or 7, whatever, a little bit, more if you're paying the 20 stuff. But you're going to get that so many times, and I don't know. Point is. Someone said, can you be a bit more racist to ease us in a little bit? I can do that. Yeah, I can definitely do that. It's been great, kept up with the chat. It's nice seeing all different chat names.
Yeah.
Some of them are your real names. There is a way of changing the name, but I don't quite know how. Paul says, I don't miss the what even is this show comments on Twitch. Oh, here we go. Tony says, can you be a bit more racist, Iain, so we can acclimatise more easily? With great pleasure. It's great, Top Cat might say. Okay. And G Cuff says it's great. And it is my insecurity playing in, because we can't. I am frustrated that we can't show clips. I didn't know that, and that's kind of my go-to. I think it's a fun thing. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to do that, but I think it's a fun thing. But we can't go to that, and there's no kind of breaks in this. We had the adverts, which even though a lot of you wouldn't see, it still felt like a break. It felt like we can slow down for 3 minutes.
It's a little marker,
and breathe,
isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of that on Twitch. This is what it feels like for me. This feels more intense.
Yeah.
And focused.
I think it's more intimate.
It's definitely more intimate. And when I say intense, I just mean that there are no breaks from the show. For us, this is kind of it. And also I do feel a bit of pressure because you've paid. That does change the dynamic for us.
Yeah.
And I think that will ease off slightly. And, you know, we've had some people leave Patreon and we've had some new people come. We've had some people go down. We've had some people go up. And that's all cool. There's no resentments. There's a slight resentment, right? But that comes from... that's not like a personal. Oh, Steve unsubbed. It's like, oh, someone unsubbed. Geez, that's a bit. Or did I do something?
Well, exactly. Our go-to is what did we do? We must have done something.
Yeah.
To annoy them.
Yeah, exactly. So that does, and I've spoken to Pete, who's kind of done Patreon, and Pete has been great at kind of.
Well, he said, don't look at it because it's that way madness lies.
And it is madness, and I think it's just with some of the people. I think it looked like they were unsubbed because there was a problem with their payment. And you see some like big names that have unsubbed. You go, oh my God, what have we done?
They must have fallen out.
And it's really hard when you're on the radio and people stop listening, unless they go on Twitter and go, I'm not listening to you anymore, which a lot of people did. You don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know. One month you've got, we'll get sometimes 65,000 listeners. 3 months later, you've got 35,000 listeners. Okay, well, you know, 30,000 people are gone, but we don't know who they are. Mm. With this, we know every single one of you that goes, every single one of you that goes down. I'm not saying this to threaten you or anything. We get that jobs change and life changes and you might go off us and all of that stuff. So that's cool. But it is like seeing that live counter, you know.
Well, it's a little bit like if you imagine we were doing a live show and seeing someone stand up and walk out.
Yeah, it is that. But he makes a good point. Maybe not being able to watch as many clips will push you into new areas.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're right. And I've said before, if it's a little bit of I do worry if it's a little bit of a cop-out. And loads of people said it isn't. But it does feel a little bit like cheating to me. We're going to have guests, by the way, and we're going to have some guests before the paywall. There's a woman, Katherine Boyle, I think her name is, who wrote a brilliant book about ADHD. She's going to come on in August. She does. Let me give you the name. You might want to check out her Instagram. One of the very, very few people I follow on Instagram. But she has taught me a lot about my ADHD. Oh, there's Amani. Look, what's Amani saying? It laughs swears in.
Tedious events strung together in between calculated opportunities to take a selfie. Does your life revolve around the next photo opportunity?
Yes.
Are you placing activities in your life simply for the purpose of taking a selfie?
I love her so. I love her voice so much. It's not that. Let me just find it because some of you might want to follow her. Is that? No, that's not her.
I have ADHD, so.
Okay, all right. So have I. Stop showing off. Stop showing off. Where is she? Katherine Boyle. Now Instagram's weird. It now just like recommends people.
Yes to any of these questions. Welcome to the rest of the world.
Okay, I can't find it. Anyway, she's going to come on, and I think she's going to come on before the paywall.
Okay.
Because I think, but we might have some guests within the paywall and stuff as well. And also we're going to play around. We're going to play around with the free bit. I was just really keen to dive into the paywall.
Yeah,
today.
and we wanted to see if we could do it.
Yeah, I think we might do, for the next one, we might do 45 minutes free. I think we might do a whole show free at some point as well, just to see if we can pick up a little bit of passing trade. We're going to flip between here and between Twitch.
But we're really glad that you're along for the ride with us.
Yeah,
and really appreciate your support.
Your feedback on how, as we experiment with different things, different lengths, different platforms, all of that stuff, your feedback would be appreciated, please.
Yeah, because this is completely uncharted territory for us.
For us and for a load of people.
Yeah.
You know, for a load of people. So we've got to give 6 more minutes. Dave, Lonely God 182 wants it to 11, and Jimmy the guy's going to get it to. Give us a phone call. Come on. Let's just end the show on a phone call, please. And I want someone. Here's my dream. I
wonder whether people would feel more likely to ring because they know that they're amongst people who get it.
Phone up and I will destroy you. Have I talked too much? I feel like I've talked too much tonight.
No, you haven't.
Why did you say that so quickly?
No.
Why are you saying it slowly?
Haven't. Because I cannot win.
I'm quite talkative tonight.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Is it? Have I over? I've said I would say it's 60-40.
Yeah.
I'd say 70-30.
Why? Good at maths.
No, but I'm aware sometimes.
It's all right. It's all right. Do you know
sure?
what? Yeah, some days will be different. But it's all good.
My eye is firmly on the clock. Actually, Lonely God 182. Yeah, it is. What's your problem? You got a what do they call those things? You know, the ratchet, the spanner. You got a spanner, and I know what.
Spangle.
You got a spangle up your bangle. You got a bang. It's spangle bangles. Spangle bangles are back in. Things that were in. Looby Loos, remember Looby Loos? Scooby Loos? Are they called Scooby Loos?
Are you just saying words now that rhyme?
No, do you remember Looby Loos? Scooby Loos.
Scooby. Oh, the
So you get like this
ding ding
plastic
on your bike.
No. You get
What are those things you put on the Spooky Dokies?
Spooky Dokies. You would get. Lonely God says this is the most aggressive friendship I've ever had. I think I like it. We're not friends. So this is actually quite a passive enemy ship. So imagine going on a cruise on an enemy ship. Oh, it'd be horrible. No, Looby Loos were like you get this plastic and you'd kind of weave it together. And you meant like a key ring or something.
Moon
And then,
bands.
no, not. But this is when I was a kid, right? And then you had to get your dad to get a lighter to light the end of it to melt it together.
Oh.
Do you remember Looby Loos is a thing?
Yes, I think so.
I think it's Looby Loos.
They looked a bit like strawberry laces, but they made out of plastic.
Looby Loos toy. Yeah. Oh, geez, what is that?
Or you could make dollies.
What is that?
What happened to her legs? What happened to her legs?
God, what is that?
It's a vintage Looby Loo.
What is that? That is horrendous.
Look
Oh
at her
my
face.
God, can't
She's
see.
saying, "My legs."
My God. No, so Looby Loo, maybe it's called Scooby Loo.
Scooby Doo.
No, Scooby Doo.
They're saying Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo is the flipping dog, you idiots.
No, as in
Scooby Doo is the dog.
And what's his real name? Scuba Doo.
Scuba Dooba. So we had that, right? Then we had obviously the Rubik's Cube, which is back.
Yeah.
The Rubik's Cube is back.
The snake.
Here's the thing we had. I remember a girl bringing this in. It's like, whoa, what? And then we all had them. An inch thick strip of carpet.
What? Why?
About that long, right? And what you do, it was a pet snake. You put it on the table and you'd put your finger on it and you'd stroke it and it would go, bit of carpet. And a girl brought it in and we went, what is that? Do you want some? Yeah. I'll bring some in tomorrow. She brought in these little 6-inch strips of carpet and you put it on a table and you push it and it goes, absolute magic.
Oh.
Absolute magic.
Then were the days. And did you play with with a whip and a wheel as well in the street?
A whip and a wheel. It's a stick and a wheel.
Jacks.
Did play jacks, yeah. We did play jacks. So you got to bounce, pick up one, pick up two. Which were the jacks are not the olden days.
They are, the classic
Jacks are
olden
still
days.
around.
You can get them in museum gift shops.
You can get it on Switch now. I think you can get it on Switch. You know they've released a bullseye game on Switch. A bullseye game. Bully. I don't know what it looks. Now this we can play, right?
In one.
It looks absolutely. It hasn't got Jim Bowen's voice. Bullseye game Switch, right? But it's insane that they would do this. It's 2012, right?
No. 2021, mate.
Oh, 2021. Okay, I'll give you that. All right.
Not as good at maths as you thought.
Here we go.
Where's Bully?
We'll do two, obviously, me and you.
Look at this.
We'll give it a go. So this show is pretty famous here in England, isn't it?
Yeah. A bit before my time.
Shut up.
Yes.
Here we go for another great game of bullseye.
If someone's doing an impression of Jim Bowen, here we go for another great game of bullseye.
Well, they can't get him
Here
to
we
do it for
go
obvious
for
reasons.
another great game of bullseye. Welcome, everyone.
So throw the darts to select the category of the question. If you hit the
But that'd be
bullseye,
easy
you will
to
get
do.
200
Could you just
points,
start aiming?
and an extra dart to select the category.
He nearly said
We'll
extraordinary dart.
continue there. Okay. So you can use the left stick here, Laura, and the right stick to do whatever.
Wait, he's going to let Laura throw the darts.
Don't let
then
the lady
Jim
do
Bowen
it.
should make some sort of comment. He always did.
Yeah.
Projection.
Yes, thank you. Your X and Y axes. Yeah?
No, X and Y would be side to side.
All right, just throw the dart. I don't want science. What is this?
Yeah. That's true.
Z?
Pete says he loves the game. Everyone should go and buy it.
His
Thank
head
you,
is
Pete.
going in, yeah. Let's give it a go.
Oh no, you've missed.
What?
Oh no, you've missed.
How did she miss?
To get the full effect of the man's voice.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear it on the mic. Oh, I'll turn up a wee bit.
No, only because...
Correct answer. Well done.
Wow, that's a question, is it?
Yeah, all right.
Which vegetable looks most like a head of lettuce? So which vegetable looks like a lettuce that isn't a lettuce?
It's not a pea, is it? Or a turnip?
What? That's insane, man. That is insane. I was just thinking, there is no facility. Happy now, Dave? There's no facility, is there, to raid on here or to kind of send you all somewhere else? Oh, we've missed a call. We missed a call. Here we go. Let's take this. Oh, no. Ignore that, Pete. Ignore that, Pete. Not for you. Not for you. Not today. Not today. You can pin messages in chat, so you could pin the phone number or something. Tell me how I do that, please, Matty. Good evening, David.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you.
Good. I just wanted to say thank you for doing this. I really appreciate what you guys do.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thank you, man. That's
I
means a lot.
feel some kind of connection to you guys
We're
in
not friends.
which apologies for that. But
okay.
in whichever media you take, I want to listen and interact in some kind of way. So I appreciate all your efforts because there's a lot of delving into new territories with whatever you guys do.
Yeah.
And yeah, you take big risks, and I hope that you get really good, really, really great rewards for all your efforts.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Could you do us a
That is
favour
all.
before you go?
I can.
Hang on.
What?
What are you going to say?
Would you like to say good night to everyone tonight for us, David?
Oh, Catherine's wrapping up. I'm set to go. I'm just warming up, David.
I'm not sure I can hold that kind of level of. I don't think I could do that.
They can't go to bed until you dismiss them.
What's your picture? Is that like gold Buddha?
Yeah, it's Buddha. Yeah, in Thailand.
Did you take that picture?
I did take that picture. Yeah.
I'd love to go to Thailand. I've been to.
It was a.
Go on.
Sorry, Ian.
No, go on.
It was a Buddha that was so big that it was really difficult to get into one picture, so I had to take lots. And it was gold all the way along, and then the feet were, I think they were mother of pearl inlay.
Mother of pearl.
Yeah.
Wow.
They love Buddhas out there.
I love all of that stuff. I haven't been to Thailand. I would love to go. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Beijing. It is a hard J, isn't it, in Beijing? I've been to various places in Japan. I would love to go to Thailand. I was thinking the other day, I heard something, and I thought, is that... It's Western imperialism. The fact that we call it the Far East...
Yeah.
That's imperialism. Is that imperialism?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Because
the Far East.
It's only the Far East if
to
you
us.
think that the centre of the universe
is
is
us,
here.
which it was, Greenwich Mean Time. It still is in certain respects. And the Far East, and I just wondered, I heard it used in a film or something, maybe it was a radio thing, and I just thought, oh God, I wonder, is that a phrase, that's not a phrase that they would use in the Far East. I actually feel a little bit uncomfortable saying the Far East.
Well, when I was young, we would say it was Oriental.
Yeah. That word's gone.
That would have been acceptable in the... I mean, even Lynx, they had Oriental body spray, didn't they?
It's a fragrance term. And actually, there's a move now to get rid of it. It's one of the fragrance groups.
Okay, because I don't know. I don't use that word anymore. I remember we had the face man from the A-Team in, and he used it, and we went kind of. I don't know. I have not looked into why we don't use that word anymore.
Because again, it sort of comes from a basis of, to us, it's the East, but to them it isn't.
Same. Sorry.
And also, it was used in a derogatory way towards a group of people.
Same with Eskimo. It's Inuit, and Eskimo means something like weak man, or it means
does it?
it means something. It's an insulting word, I think. Definition.
I think if you look back on something several years later and you hear something that you might have found funny, and then you look back on it now and think, no, then I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but
I know. Times change, and we learn, and that's great that we learn. And you look back on what we would have said. Well, there is video evidence of stuff that I said 20 years ago. It's horrendous, and it's kind of hard to justify it. But things do change, and I'm prepared to look at my mistakes, and I'm prepared to learn.
I think with the that term. Oriental. I think when people are telling
any term,
when people who are affected by it are telling you that they're not comfortable with it and they don't like it, then you've got to listen, haven't you?
I'll stop doing it. And quite often on, I don't know if you've heard any Alan Bezic, David, but it's a phoning show that I rave about. Yeah. And you will quite often get people phoning in saying, "But I want to say coloureds, and I want to. Why can't I say that?" And Alan is, as an old man, is actually really good at saying, "Well, the people that refers to, they don't like that word anymore, so." Why would you want to say it? And apologies for saying it; it's not a very nice word. But the people that word refers to, they would prefer, on the whole, to be called this. And why would you want to say that word, knowing that the people that it's directed at don't like it? It's really easy to change the words.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said that word. I apologise, but and there is a reluctance from people on the right, I think primarily, but also older people. Which is why I mentioned Bezic's age, to go, no, I'm not changing.
Well, you know why? Because they see it as a criticism of them, like they've done it, like all of a sudden, I can't say anything. Well, no, it's not that. It's just that now you're hearing the voices of people who are asking you to please reframe your conversations.
And it's also, it's okay that it changes. For a while, coloured people was okay. That was okay. That was accepted, and it was accepted by all members of the community.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, that was fine. But now we've moved on, and that isn't fine.
But also, racist, I don't know whether it has ever been acceptable. I just think that now we're hearing from people who are affected by it more. So, for example, that word would be used in the Deep South. We're miles away from that, of course, so we don't hear that context.
God, far removed.
Oh, but there is a difference between the language.
Before but.
Well, no, there is a difference. There was nothing before the but. There is a difference between American and English. Mm-hmm. In terms of those things. In the fact that in America the general term is African Americans, although I think that's evolving ever so slightly. And
a lot of people are reclaiming black, aren't they?
Often say exactly. So it's going that way. And I remember when we did Keith and the Girl, and they were horrified when I say black cab driver. I said, well, that's what they're called. The cabs.
Like you have yellow cabs.
Yeah.
It was the outside of the vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, they were horrified. Even when I explained it, they still said, but you can't say black. I said, well, we do. And there was another part I can't remember, but it is different. That I think there also Americans are upset by the phrase "people of colour" in some areas. And there is a difference.
There's also a debate now about BAME.
Yep.
Because you have different communities within that, and they said that we are so different that it's not fair to lump us all together.
Pulled up on that when I was on the Jeremy Vine show, and I was very happy to sit there and listen. Although I do think Edward Adu misunderstood my point about Ali G, but that was I did say something. He went no, and then explained something else. I said, Ed, I think we've just said the same thing. But anyway, that's by the by. David, I'm going to go to bed, and you are invited to join me if you would like.
I'm going to go to bed, not in the same bed, obviously, but. I would like to join you in the going to bed procedure.
Then do it. Then do it.
Let's do it.
What do we bet? One of your kids, two of your kids going to be asleep? Little will be asleep, won't she?
No, I bet they won't. They'll both be asleep in the car on the way home.
David, lovely to talk to you, and thank you for your support. It's really appreciated. Thank you. Tutty bye. thank you, everyone. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock on Twitch, free to watch. We're going to be playing Among Us.
Yeah.
If you're £20 and above, we'd love you to join us. And if you're a bit below that, just hang around because you might get a game or two as well. It'll be fun. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I think for a first show, I think we've done a blinder. I need to work out how you can watch this in the thing. It might be the same link. It might be a different link. Take me a couple of days to sort it out. Thank you very much, everybody.
Sweet dreams.
Bye.